Alright, so spawning in the top center here. Player number 1, team number 1, Bonyth. That's the sort of peach color Protoss. His teammate. Is that dark? That's
it is dark.
His team.
It's quite dark.
His teammate's Pepe though, right? The red guy.
Oh, see. Oh, it won't do. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, blue and blue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
I presume so. Yeah, no, this is right. Who did you say was in 12? Yeah, Law. Okay, now we're going to have to pause.
I got tricked by the colors, my bad. Yeah, so Bonyth's actually at the 6 o'clock.
Yeah. Law in 12.
Yeah, Lura's in 12. His teammate Dark over here at the center left. And they're going to be playing up against Bonyth here. Down at the bottom is the white Protoss. And his teammate, Keke Pepe, is the red Zerg.
Yeah, this is one thing you got to get used to in 2v2 is the colors. A lot of the time, yeah.
I was talking with Ozzy about this, how I think in like team games they should have some kind of color restriction or like making it so it's easier to distinguish between the two teams.
Tell me about it. I mean, there's just like two very similar shades of blue. I think I find the worst, and then this peach and this white, crazy similar.
Yeah. Okay, so it looks like both Protoss players opening up with a gateway, so no one's trying to be like super crazy and just cannoning in right away.
Yeah, very rare to see that.
Yeah, that's like a more low-level way of playing Protoss in 2v2.
Yeah, very safe. Okay.
Yeah, both Zergs getting a quick gas here for that speed. Map control is so essential in 2v2.
It looks like, yeah, this is a 9 pull here from Keke, and it's against the overpull of Dark.
Yeah. A little bit more economically centric going for overpull here, but you do miss out a little bit on timing, so the 9 pull guy can be a bit more aggressive.
Yeah, overpull is definitely the standard when it comes to 2v2, but 9 pull's absolutely fine. It just, you have to make sure you do some form of damage with it.
Yeah. You need compensation, right? You can't just open up 9 pull speed and play safe. You're looking to get map control, you're looking to link up with your ally and deny the other 2 players linking up and that kind of thing.
Yeah, and a very important thing in PZ versus PZ is blocking the enemy Zerg's ramp.
Mm-hmm.
So that can be just enough compensation for the 9 pull. Really, you want a lot more, but to kind of get that map control early on is, you know, some form of compensation, and you basically get it for free with the 9 pull.
Yeah. So it looks like Bonyth brought a Zealot over here right away as well. So there's quite a lot of pressure at the moment. And he might lose a drone. He does already get 1. That's a big pickup.
Yeah, Dark was a bit distracted there, chasing a probe.
Now I guess they just want to try and pull back and hold the ramp area, at least for now.
Yep.
Good play, though, from Dark getting down the ramp. Get some pretty good surface area. And there are more Zealots, though, arriving from Bonyth. So it does feel like they're going to end up securing this ramp gradually.
Yep, definitely quite overwhelming here. I think they've won the first battle. That rally of Zealots came a lot quicker from Bonyth.
Yeah, definitely did. I would say they're the favorites in this group.
I mean, it's definitely hard to tell who the favorites are in general, because I mean, we know Bonyth is strong. That shouldn't just be enough to make them the favorites.
Well, obviously, I'm speaking with a very limited understanding of the 2v2 players, but I just know that Bonyth is such a good micro player, and that really does translate well to being a good 2v2 player.
Yeah, it does. There's a lot of micro in 2v2.
Ooh, but this is pretty good. Nice sandwich from both sides. I still feel like Bonyth's going to come out on top and trade okay, but it will eventually have to pull back. 3 of those Zealots are on low HP, and with the Speedlings, can kind of catch up to them and deny them from getting away safely. But luckily from Keke Pepe, has some more of his own Speedlings showing up to support Zealots on the ground from Bonyth, so they should re-secure the ramp.
Yeah, it seems like they're desperate for this ramp. The whole game has been played around this exact ramp.
There is a Spire on the way for Dark, so I mean, if they could keep them on the ramp, this wouldn't be too bad, but it seems like they're going to be breaching the base now. That Sunken Colony is a long way from finishing up crazy.
Yeah, and there's no place to drill these drones either. It's not looking good for Blue.
Yeah, the SimCity looks okay, but it's actually kind of making it hard to have good spots of drilling around with the drones.
Yeah.
And they're going to be paying a big price for it. I think Dark is at threat of being eliminated. He's going to run his drones across the map, but I don't see any way for them to re-seize control of his main. I feel like slowly but surely they're even going to kill the pool. They're going to maybe kill the lair as well.
Yep, I think it was just a bit too slow rally from Dark maybe, but also I'm not too sure they should have been fighting so much against that 9 pull.
Right, they'd had, I mean, yeah, Bonyth and Pepe definitely had a massive tempo lead. I would have liked to have seen a faster sunken from Dark there and just hold the main more. Yeah,
and maybe even 2 sunkens. I mean, even Keke Pepe has 1.5 sunkens.
Yeah. Well, in 2v2, it's not crazy to make crazy amounts of sunkens, right? Like, there's some games where you can never have enough sunkens depending on the situation.
Yeah, it's just sunkens really do put you behind. Because, you know, you're losing a drone and you've only got 1 hatch, so it's a it's a massive balance for Zergs about making sunkens and when to make them and how many. It's very difficult for Zerg on their low eco, because Protoss can kind of do what they like.
Yeah. But he did have overpull, so he technically did have enough spare economy to throw down at least 2. I agree with you.
Yeah, against that 9 pull, and when you're being pressured that much, you know, I think it's kind of obvious, you know, you're the one that should be defending.
Yeah.
But it is tough. You don't want to just throw up loads of sunkens and use your sort of economic lead from that overpull.
Right. Let's jump into game number 2 of the group then.
Yep.
Spawning here at the 12 o'clock position, the greens are Kipper. And his teammate over here on the right hand side, Carlos, as a sort of peach Protoss. And they're going to be playing against the black Bonyth down here in the bottom. And his teammate, as we just saw, Keke Pepe on the left as the Zerg.
Okay, Bonyth already calling for 9 pull again, so maybe they've discussed this beforehand. That's maybe why we saw 9 pull in the first game as well. And Bonyth,
well, back in the Pro League days, 9 pull speed was like the only thing that Zergs ever did, and they would just play 1 hatchery lair into Spire every time, more or less. It was just all about that map control with the 9 pull speed into 1 hatchery worth of Mutalisks.
Interesting. I don't know why overpull would have overtaken that. I guess it's just, it gets to a point where if you know 9 pull's coming, you can always defend it. And I mean, especially with overpull.
Yeah.
You know, you're still going to have those lings out at the time the 9 pull lings arrive.
But I guess, like, if you're superior in your unit control, technically 9 pull is the way to go. If you're really confident about your decision making, your ability to coordinate with your teammate, seize the tempo away from your opponent, I do feel like 9 pull speed is great. I just don't like this Sim City setup from the Zerg here on the left. I don't like that at all. The pool shouldn't be placed there, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that normally the pool is either here or here.
Yeah, I would say that's way better. Then you could put the sunken kind of where that pool is under the gas, and you can drone drill much easier with that.
Absolutely. Because where it's placed, you can almost like defend the pool with the drones, which is not what you want to be doing.
No. It also limits like how many sunkens you can put in your mineral line later on. Like you could easily fit 2 if you put the pool onto the right of the gas a bit.
Yep. Got that.
There's like a 2-gate from Carlos and also from Bonyth. This is pretty standard for Protoss openings.
Yeah, you'll always see 2-gate. I mean, you might see 3-gate. You'll never see 1-gate.
Yeah. It's just too flimsy, I think. Like, it's all about map control, and if you give away that to your opponent, you're just asking to be 2v1'd, pretty much.
That's it. I mean, the entirety of 2v2 is normally centered around map control.
Yeah.
Much like 3v3 in a way.
Okay, so it looks like Zerg players are kind of meeting at the ramp, but the Protoss players will also be having their own little 1v1 skirmish. Are you trying to slip
Yeah.
a probe scout in? Is that a probe towards the natural?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
He's going to try and get a good scout off.
He's watching to see when he can get this zealot in.
I mean, even 2v2 is all about where you're applying your attention and task switching, and if you can disrupt your opponents... Oh, he's going to get surrounded on that zealot. That would be a really good catch, but he doesn't get it. He actually kind of baits him into an unfavorable trade. That's really good for Bonyth and Pepe now.
There is a small counter-attack here with one zealot, Bonyth.
Yeah, it's going to attack the task switching ability a lot now as well, and that's a lovely catch on those zealots. Beautiful surround. I mean, this is a major deficit for them to overcome now.
Yep.
He's got like, what, 3 kills on that?
Yep,
oh my gosh. Kills. Maybe even a 4th now. Yep. Wow. That's almost game-ending damage. It's not quite GG, but that puts you behind for sure.
Yep. Nice, thank you, New Ocean.
It looks like Bonyth wants to dive on this. 3 zealots, more than enough to deal with a sunken. There's plenty of lings in support from Pepe as well. A pretty good drone drill. The second sunken finishing up will change the odds a little bit, so Bonyth might be thinking about backing out now.
Yeah, I think that was a good hold. Great timing with the second sunken as well.
Yeah, 3 zealots can easily deal with 1 sunken, but 2, you kind of need like closer to 7 zealots to feel comfortable to just run into that, especially with the drones drilling.
Yeah, that was a really good SimCity, I think.
Yeah, I like this a lot more from Kippet than I do Pepe SimCity.
Yeah, I think it was just thought out quite well, because if he's even like making sure the spy can't get sniped. And the sunken can't get surrounded as well from the top side.
I think Pepe could learn a thing or two about this setup.
Yeah.
Okay, this is pretty good. The Zealot's coming in support. He's getting a lot of free punches on Bonyth's Zealots, softening them up. I don't think they're going to be breaking the space anytime soon now. There's just not enough meat on the bone.
No, it looks like these are actually just left for dead now that the...
It seems like it.
Commuters are popped.
He's locking them into the base with a block on the ramp as well. So yeah, this is a nice turn of events. Like, initially I thought this was looking pretty bad for Kippet and Carlos, but suddenly they've actually kind of got themselves into a pretty okay game state.
Yep, from that hold really. I mean, he's quite low on drones. Well, it's actually equal with Keke Pepe. Because he was forced to make...
Pepe is just turtled up right now. Like, just spores and not wanting to take any economic damage from the muters. That means there's going to be total map control for Kippet and Carlos going forward. Bonyth is pumping goons off of those 2 gateways, but goons don't fare so well against muterlists because of the explosive damage type and basically only dealing like 10 damage, and muters have natural regeneration. It's not so ideal.
It's not ideal, but there is only 2 muters out.
Yeah, with only 1 hatchery production, I feel like the Dragoons can start to win out gradually, but with the Zealots in support on the ground, like, Bonyth needs really good micro.
Which he has got so far. He's even picked off one of the muters. It's 50% down already.
Yeah, now there is a bit more of reinforcements coming here, a few Zerglings and a couple of Zealots blocking the ramp, stopping more additional forces from Carlos getting into the main base, and he is squeezing out more and more Dragoons, and Dragoons with micro easily deal with these slow Zealots. Yeah,
that's it. The Zealots have almost gone down already, without too much damage done.
This looks like a really good hold from Bonyth and Pepe, actually. I think they've just flipped the script yet again on these guys.
That's it.
3-gate goon production now.
Yeah, you'll often find in 2v2 that although goons are, technically not great against muter, because you're only against 1 hatch, then it means you do get a lot of goons. But the advantage the muterlists have is exactly this, is that they can keep pulling into the probe line when the goon army is out. So there's so much more mobility with the muter.
And it's going to stress the economy of Bonyth as well, because now he has to make a forge and cannons to stop that from happening in the future.
Yeah, but his entire force now is reaching the Zerg base.
Ooh. I like this idea from Kippet to try and get a wall of Sunkens more towards the ramp here, because that's going to fare well against the Dragoons. They can't just easily run by without soaking up a lot of damage. But is it going to be in time? This is a pretty big force from Bonyth. 2 are on the way, 2 are finished. He has Zerglings as well to support, some Zealots as well coming from Carlos to try and reinforce that. But these Sunkens won't last a long time at all.
No, they weren't all up as well. This is a lot of Lings and goons.
Yeah, plus you can kind of ignore that sunken in the back and like snipe the lair from a distance.
Yeah.
And get it a well set up position here. They're also doing a good job of eating a lot of shots from these Dragoons, but there's not a lot of DPS output. I mean, Mutas actually don't have a lot of DPS. You kind of need a massive amount of them to actually start dishing out crazy damage.
Yeah. He's dancing them quite well, though, speaking of the Lings.
Yeah, it's something. I'm a bit worried about his base setup because like Bonyth's going to just snipe his buildings on the periphery at this rate.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need the pull. So that's sort of fine to give. Oh, we've got a Dark Templar here.
Ooh. Okay. I mean, there is an Overlord that's just
Yeah.
chilling out there.
How did this Overlord even get there?
It's really good foresight from Pepe
Yeah.
to have his Overlord chilling here like this.
You'd have thought the Mutas would have picked it off, because I think it picked off the early one that was here.
Yeah.
This must have just come.
This is some high-level stuff that
It
even
is.
had the foresight to get it positioned at this point in the game without even having Overlord speed. Kind of crazy.
Yeah, I wonder if he's going to pop some Scourge here, just to... Because of that, if that Overlord was dead,
Yeah.
then you could hold.
It's an idea, but I think no matter what happens here, this is going to be a dead Kipper. I just don't see him holding here. It's a bit of a shame, but
It is.
I definitely liked his SimCity a lot more than I did Pepe's, but they seem to be out-microed and outplayed again.
I think this Overlord's MVP.
Pretty much, because there would be like a tactical way of just like holding this with DTs alone if that wasn't the case.
Yeah, that's it.
GG.
Yeah, that was a good game. I thought Blue Team actually had that from the early offset because of that
Well,
great hold.
is Pepe a very good 2v2 player, or is he just helping out Bonyth make up a team? Because from me looking at this game, it looked like Kippet and Carlos had a better 2v2 understanding with how they were setting up. However, Bonyth and Pepe just seem to have more skill in terms of unit control and what have you.
Yeah, I mean, because everything was divided into seeds, A, B, C, D seeds, then Bonyth was A and Keke Pepe was D. So in terms of like the average, then Keke Pepe would be on the lower end, but he definitely knows what he's doing. I have a feeling the other two would have been like a B and C tier.
Yeah, they seem to understand what they're doing, but just not have the same level of execution as someone like Bonyth. And even though Pepe might be a little bit lower skilled, he definitely did a good job supporting Bonyth to do what he needs to.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Which is what the Zerg does, right? They're basically a supporting role.
Yep.
In the 2v2.
In PCPC they are, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Game 3.
Let's get it.
Yeah, Fliz said, yeah, Carlos was C and Kippet was B in that match.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That lines up. Alright, so once again, Bonyth here in that top position, the white Protoss, and his teammate over on the right, the red Zerg Pepe. And it looks like they agree, if it's not broke, don't fix it. They're going to be going 9 pool. Yeah, they can.
Yep.
And in the bottom, Galaxy as the yellow Zerg, and his teammate, BuRnich, the Terran. So finally switching up the matchups a little bit. We finally got a Terran here.
Yeah, Terran is quite a rarity in 2v2 because they normally...
It's hard to play, right?
Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, they get... Once they get Marine Medics out, you know, that's a force to be reckoned with. But
yes.
But they do need that time. That's the issue. And time is always a thing in 2v2. The pressure happens
right and the
from
first
the
3 minutes of the game are so crucial. So you're allowing your opponent to be 2v1'd while you get set up, essentially, because he's not going to do much besides build like 2 barracks and stay in his ramp, right?
That's it. I mean, yeah, you don't know if he's going to make tech or not. You know, it's kind of up to Terran, and anything really goes for Terran. They can even go up to Wraiths. But yeah, like you said, his ally is going to literally be on his own. He has to deal with anything that comes. So,
I mean, I guess he could make. You know, it seems like he wants to hatchery the ramp and defend with Sunkens. It's a little bit risky against like these 9 pull openings, though. I don't know exactly how this is mapped out. I feel like the 9 pool is slightly advantaged with Bonyth's assistance to still overrun this.
Well, it's a 9 hatch, so
9 hatch.
Yeah, so he should have. I think he should have those 8lings pop when the. I mean,
He'll have them when the Zealots are arriving, but I don't think he has them just before the Lings are arriving. I could be mistaken about that. I think the Lings get there just before.
I think we will find out.
Because this was actually a good counter in 1v1. If you were to go 9 hatch versus Gateway expand, like the 8lings are popping out as the Zealots walking into your base and you can surround it, right? But I feel like the 9 pool's ever so slightly faster, but I could be wrong.
Well, I think it's actually going to be the combination of the two, because it's not going to be just one Zealot arriving or just 6 lings, so...
These lings should definitely get there ahead of the Zealot, is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's just he would be able to hold against one of them, just will he be able to hold against 2?
Yeah, because he's going to have to... Well, he's actually not going for 6. He's sending his lings to the Terran. Oh, because he pylon blocked. He pylon blocked him being able to wall off his ramp. That's a huge deal. Now they can just go for the Terran.
Even picked up an SCV with a probe.
Yeah, not surprised there. Bonyth is so good at his unit control, generally speaking.
This bunker is definitely going to be too late.
Yeah, he's not getting that bunker. Like, this is crazy. Like, the Terran might just be dead at this point.
It could be.
I guess the Zerg can come and help him, but it's going to be a long time for those 8 Zerglings to get over here.
And those SCVs are very tanky. But yeah, he's only got 1 Rax. This is another problem.
Well, even if the Terran's not technically dead, they've lost a lot of steam now, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be a long time until he establishes any kind of map control. He's kind of locked in his base for like another 3 extra minutes almost.
Yeah, he's lost too many SCVs at this point, I think.
Yeah, he's going to do a good blocking with the SCVs here, but like you say, he's lost so many. He's got like 6 left now, and now 5, and probably will even only have like 3 left when it's all done.
Yeah. A great decision here to pylon block, I think.
Yeah, no, this is some high-level stuff. Really well done. And good surround, though, from Galaxy, trying to catch those Zealots, but I don't think it matters. There's more and more Zealots showing up from Bonyth.
Yeah, this looks like too much to hold.
Yeah, I think this is a death by at least 100 cuts, if not 1,000.
I mean, you can definitely see how action-packed 2v2 is. I mean, we're already 4 minutes into the game. You know?
Yeah, it's definitely a much more faster-paced way of enjoying StarCraft. It's just all about that early game map control, because if you can link up with your opponent and start bullying someone, it's a big deal. But there's a massive counterattack, actually, from Galaxy, trying to see if he can get something done over here. But there is a cannon that has been made by Bonyth. Beautiful pro block as well to buy time for the drones to get down here, but that is still a dead cannon.
He has got a backup sunken. But this is a lot of lings.
Yeah, I mean, with a good drill, he might be okay, but I still feel like these lings actually could do a lot of work here.
Oh, that is a good drill. Oh, was a good drill.
I think he's still going to get the sunken. Oh, he's losing a lot of drones right now. Yeah, he did a good initial drill, but the follow-up was a little bit lackluster, and the sunken just barely goes down.
Yeah, really good decision there to counter-attack.
Sometimes the best form of defense is offense, right? And they're taking the pressure off the Terran by doing this. The only problem is that he's got hardly any SCVs, so there still might be a hard comeback from them, but he's not technically dead.
He looks pretty dead to me.
That bunker is not helping him enough. It's so far out there on the right. He can't even mine safely, man.
Yeah, he just wanted one up somewhere, I think. That was the problem.
This is like a campaign mission on an insane difficulty where it's like impossible just to get started.
Yeah, how are other players doing? Okay.
He's barely got enough money to repair his own SCVs.
God.
Yeah, stuck between a rock and a hard place right now is BuRnich.
Yep. Robo for Bonyth. Classic choice. Oh, interesting. Going for Lair. With very few drones. Yeah. I don't think you'd see this in 1v1 either.
No, I mean you can use Mutalisks off of 8 drones. You need 5 mining minerals and 3 mining gas, and you can do non-stop Mutalisk production. So he needs to squeeze out a few more drones before making that spire.
Yeah, it looks like that's all he's going to do is pump out drones. Cannons up at both players now, so they seem pretty safe. Aaron still not having a good time.
Ooh. Another SCV bites the dust. He has actually got an SCV out on the map that he's bringing back. So he's technically in the game, but this is still not good. This is like about as bad as it gets. Oh, and he loses another one. Oof.
Okay. I guess he starts the game again then.
7 not even starting the game again. He's got like 3 SCVs.
Oh,
it's even worse than the start.
Oh dear.
This is like if Starcraft was an RPG, you can like sacrifice one of your starting SCVs for 3 Marines and a bunker and a barracks.
Yeah. I don't know if this bunker really counts though.
Not really. It's not doing a whole lot.
No.
And Reavers are going to be out soon. So this is going to be fun times because he has got Mutalisks eventually, but I don't know. I feel like the Mutas combined with the Reaver just will be superior for Bonyth's team. I don't think there's going to be many answers that
I think this
Galaxy will have for this.
This Reaver's going to come out way before Muta's going to arrive anyway.
And it looks like Bonyth's going to pick up the island base gradually as well.
Oh, he's gone for Hydras.
I don't mind that, actually. Hydras aren't optimal, but considering how low of drone count Pepe was on, this actually could work out. I still feel like there's an advantage to Bonyth out microing this with the Reaver control, but if you're going to go for something, I think Hydras might be the answer here.
Okay, just starting to make those Hydras now.
And he has got the natural expansion with 3 hatchery production. This is an okay setup for Hydras. It's not terrible, but he has to not take significant damage to this initial Reaver, and that's easier said than done.
Yeah,
Bonyth's got really good micro.
That's it.
Yeah, he's not even got speed on these Hydras yet. Does try and target down that shuttle a little bit. Pretty good surround on the Reaver. Takes down most of its shields, so that will at least ward away Bonyth for a few seconds, but he's going to keep coming back in here for more and more rounds of massive Scarab damage.
Yeah, these are some big hits. Big Scarabs.
Oof. This is rough.
Oh,
he gets the Reaver! That's actually a really big pickup for Galaxy. That's going to take a lot of the steam away from Bonyth. He might actually stabilize now. He's going to have to go all the way back home to get that second Reaver.
Yeah, and he knows what's coming as well. That's the important thing.
He is a little bit light on drones. I would like to see like 1 or 2 more drones from him, and he's just lost 1. That's super painful.
Yeah,
he can't even produce off these 3 hatcheries.
He lost 2 to the Reaver as well.
So that's 3 total. He's only got like, what, 3 drones in the natural or something? Oh, 4, okay. 4. I think like 1 or 2 more extra drones, and now we're talking, but not out of the woods yet.
Yeah, it's tough, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so hard to squeeze out the drones when you have to make units constantly to not die. Ooh. This is a nice little counterplay. They're just ignoring the Zerg now and going after the Terran, who's just barely starting to get off the ground and now has to contend with this. There's no answer to these Mutalisks and Reavers.
No.
And the Hydras can't get over here in time. They basically have to sacrifice his teammate.
Yeah, unfortunately so. This Terran really did not get off the ground, did he?
No. He's trying to make a starport, but without being able to mine, I don't think that's going to amount to much. Now, there are ways you can win 1v2s in situations like this, but with Bonyth having this many probes and already having Reavers out, I don't feel like the 1v2 is going to be in the cards here for Galaxy, especially losing this many drones.
Yeah, Bonyth's even got his second Nexus up now.
Yeah. It's a valiant effort. I do actually like the transition from Galaxy to go into 3-hatch Hydra. It just wasn't strong enough to keep Bonyth at bay.
Yeah, like you said, he didn't quite have enough drones. They took so much early pressure. It's probably
this is why you don't see Terran a lot in 2v2s, right? It's just you don't have the map control early game. GG.
Yep. GG. Yeah, it's really important for Terran to secure their ramp. I think by losing the ramp as well, he should have definitely made 2 racks, so we could defend a lot better.
Yeah, he wanted to maybe go a bit more tech heavy. I mean,
Yeah.
and there's not nothing wrong with that. Like, getting vultures out can be huge. It just takes a long time to get there, to get that map control with the vulture micro. But Bonyth did a brilliant play of blocking with a pylon to really sandbag any hopes of survival.
Yeah, that's it. They just didn't give him that time.
Yeah.
Terran needed.
All right, let's jump into, what's this, game number 4 now?
Yep, game 4.
Current king of the hills at the 12 o'clock position, Keke Pepe as the green Zerg. And his teammate on the right side, that peach, Bonyth as the Protoss. And they're up against Izu in the 6 o'clock position as that magenta Zerg, and his teammate, Father Terran, as the purple Terran. Again, Terran, man, I just feel like unless you're a really high-level player and your Zerg is comfortable in 1v2 situations, this is such a big ask.
Yeah, I mean, Terran's not as bad as you think it is, because they have a really strong mid-game. Because it's not like 1v1, right. You know, in 1v1, Terran's always, going to be teching quite a lot, but if you imagine kind of the TVZ scenario, that's what happens in 2v2, that most of the times they are going Marine Medics, even against Protoss players.
Well, Bio's really efficient.
It is, yeah, incredibly.
So even against like Dragoons and stuff, it's fine. Like the only thing that really counters Bio is Splash, and take a long time for the Protoss player to actually get into something like Reavers or Storms. So usually that Bio is going to trade better than anything.
Yep, that's it. So in this PZ-TZ scenario, you'll find PZ will have early map control. They'll probably end up pressuring the Zerg, but as time goes on, when that medic ball's ready to move out, that's when Terran TZ team actually start to get their map control, and PZ normally are canning up both ramps, as you saw a bit of last game, and then they're on the defensive while they take up to try and beat that Marine medic ball, because you don't really get any tier 1 units that, or even tier 2 units that can actually beat that medic ball, Marine medic.
Right. And it looks like Pepe is going for 9 pull again, and we've got the overpull down here from Izu. So we might get a bit of a rinse and repeat of a previous situation, though. I don't know. I mean, like you were saying earlier, like 9 pull is great for map control and tempo, but against a Terran, doesn't always get what you're looking for. Say if he does a really good safety sunken here and holds the initial pressure from Bonyth and Pepe, I think suddenly the tables will be flipped and the Terran Zerg will end up having a much stronger mid game. He's getting a wall off, so I mean, this is much better setup for this Terran this time around.
Yep. I mean, it's not a perfect wall. You've got that one gap, but it's easier than lifting up your barracks when you want those Marines to move out.
For sure. And it's going to be that safety sunken. I think that's almost a necessity in the situation where you know the Terran can't help you.
Yeah, Izu's actually going for Lair, which is quite risky. He's going to be on his own.
He's skipping over speed as well, so they're completely giving up map control and just hoping to survive this initial phase of the game and playing for a more mid-game centric style.
Yeah, I mean, he'll never have map control with his Terran ally, but going for this kind of heavy tech off one hatch is pretty risky. He's going to have to be holding a lot of pressure.
Like the second sunken's a bit late, right?
Look at this.
Oh, they're going to just sunken the lair here.
It's great decision making.
What's great about this is that you can actually kill the eggs with the sunken so that the mutants can't even finish. If there were any on the way. I mean, pretty good surround on that. Does force a cancel, but the drone's not dead, so it's not over yet. You can just keep remaking that.
Yeah, really good micro on all sides, I think, so far.
Yeah, I like this tactical play from Pepe and Bonyth. They know exactly what they need to do.
Oh, they're just going in.
I don't actually totally agree with going in here. I feel like the drone drill will be too strong to contend with. He might actually get the sunken, but that's an okay drill. Not the best. It looks like he's going to have to back out here.
Yeah.
I have to say I don't like that decision. I think it would have been way better from Bonyth to just protect the sunken being built.
Yep, I agree there. They're going for one strategy. They shouldn't really switch up, just be full aggressive.
Yeah. You can't really break 2 sunkens with 5 zealots and a drone drill. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, exactly, especially with this setup. Terran... Oh. Oh. The cannons were late.
Ooh. Hang on a minute. This might be a game that actually Bonyth and Pepe loses. He has got a little bit of surround on the Marines. He's going to soften them up, but I don't think it matters. That fire bat also may go down, but it's not over yet. He's got a medic. Stim is finished. The cannon will not be done. And I feel like there's a little bit of trouble in Pepe's base right now, because this could be a lot of dead drones.
Could be. Question is whether 3 Marines are enough. Already lost 1. Ooh. Wow.
I don't think that should have happened. I feel like he could have easily ran around with those Marines and either killed the drone or got back to the bunker. But cannon will finish now, so Pepe's not dead, but only 2 drones mining.
Yeah. Very, very close to dead, though. But the micro from Bonyth was really good, and Pepe came in with some lings as well.
Yeah, seems like they have got that set up. So there is a timer now on this lair. This is kind of crazy. I think they're going to get a bit of a tactical GG at this rate, because I don't think that sunken's going to go down.
That's true. There's a lot of zealots here, and Terran did lose his attacking force. A lot of tech coming up.
Yeah, I kind of feel like Izu should have been trying to build 2 sunkens to the right of his gas while that sunken was being made, so that when it finished, one of his sunkens would die, but not the other one, and he would clear this up.
Yeah, it's tough, because he went for that lair build. This is the problem with the lair. You just can't get those units out. And with so many zealots, it's really hard to challenge.
I feel like you have to defend with sunkens. It's the only real option here to deal with it. He's going to try and dive onto this, but he loses the lair. This is not great at all.
No, instant
GG is called from Izu.
I mean, Terran might play on? No. Okay.
No.
I mean, because...
Fair enough.
I don't know, you know, because, I mean, this circle's pretty low. So, I mean, yes, you're in a 1v2, but that's what Terrans are built for.
It might just be because it's Bonyth, and he's just worried.
Yeah.
It might just be the Bonyth factor. Like,
yeah.
If this was any other Protoss, maybe I should play on, but it's Bonyth, man. This guy is an absolute legend. I don't think I'm winning a 1v2 with Bonyth involved.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair enough, but... You should maybe try, you know. I mean, yes, it's Bonyth, and yes, you'll probably lose, but how often do you get to play against Bonyth, you know? True. Not like you'll see him on the ladder.
Unless you're a high enough MMR, anyway.
Well, exactly. Who's as high as Bonyth, though?
Not many people, unless you're already in Pro League.
Yeah. Okay. Game 5. Right?
Yeah. Well, finally got a game without Bonyth and Pepe involved.
Yeah, it had to happen eventually.
The Navy Terran at the 12 o'clock. The tech's so hard to read.
Yeah.
What is
that's BuRnich.
That's BuRnich from earlier. Yeah. And his teammate all the way down here at the bottom, Galaxy, the Zerg, and they're up against a Protoss Zerg squad over here. That's Carlos at the center left. And his teammate, I guess that's Ogre spelt with a 4.
Agra. His full name's Aggressor. So that,
okay. Yeah. Call him Agra then.
Yeah. Yeah,
a lot of these 2v2 players have some funky IDs, man.
I mean, I could say the same for the 1v1 players. You know, I think it's just, you get used to it, you know? You think everything else is weird.
Anything that's different is weird, right?
Exactly.
Well, one of the features of Python is these very close main bases. So that actually helps out the Zergs a lot. If they get into their Mutalisks, they can put on the pressure to their respective opponents now.
Yeah, that's right. Mutas pop up in your base way quicker than you think they will.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
it's one of the reasons why I don't like this map for 1v1, but I think it's actually a really good 2v2 map.
Yeah, I mean, I love and hate it as for 1v1 because it definitely makes the game a lot more different, you know, because drops have become a real thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And these island
it reminds
bases.
Me of Paranoid Android. Do you remember that map?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very old
school.
It's
kind of a similar feature.
I like anything that kind of mixes up the game just a little bit, but not too much.
Yeah.
You know,
he seems like a bit of a slower pull here, by the way, from aggro. Oh, sorry, other way around. Slower pull for a Galaxy and a faster pull there from aggro, just now finishing up.
Yeah, he's only popping 4 lings. And we've got 2 racks from the Terran, 2 gates. So everything's looking very standard at that moment.
Yeah, and he's going gasless with a hatchery on the ramp, so he's going to be very defensive.
Yeah, and going for that safety sunk as well.
You kind of need to.
Yeah, you don't always need to, but because it's called like a safety sunk for a reason, you know. So sort of it depends a lot on your micro and how you're feeling. Because sometimes this hatch can come up and then you can pop a sunken. But because he's close to the Protoss and the Protoss reinforces so quickly, I would definitely advise to get this safety sunk.
Yeah, well, he's going to have like 6 or 8 lings by the time they have like 3 zealots and 6 lings or something like that. So I think the sunken is almost necessary in these positions. Pretty good damage on the zealot already. Yep. That's going to soften up the tanking potential to make sure this sunken has a lot more to chew through than they would like. And if you had 3 full HP zealots, you might be tempted to dive onto that, but with the zealots softened up, I think they have to chill for a bit.
Yep, that's what it looks like they're going to do. Just block the ramp. Zerg is going for that second sunk to force these zealots to make a decision.
Yeah, you can't just stay there. Like, he's going to eventually have to abandon that ramp. This actually might be our first longer 2v2 game.
Yeah, that looks today. Like the case.
I don't see this ending anytime soon.
Nope, he's going to get the full sort of tech of this matchup going on.
Carlos has got a cannon here over at the Zerg's base as well. Going to be walling that off with a core. I like that as well. Kind of using his tech path as defensive purposes as well.
Yeah, this is a very TT1 thing to do. He loves to build up in these ally space just to kind of block the cannons there, because he knows his...
I like that.
Yeah, because on his own, his zealots and the cannons are going to be strong, whereas Zerg's are kind of a lot weaker.
And if you hold the ramp for just a few seconds, the Zerg can then drone drill onto the ramp to help the cannon as well, right? That's
right.
Okay, looks like the Terran, BuRnich here, going to put on a little bit of pressure. And it's only 1 cannon, but still will be a bit of a challenge to try and get up that ramp, I think.
Yeah, those zealots are very tanky. He's just kind of moving around, just kind of asserting his dominance, as he should at this stage of the game.
Well, they do have total map control. You can't really seize that back away from them until you've got lots of Mutalisks out and what have you.
Yeah, this is it. This is kind of one of the big turning points of the game, is where do the Mutalisks go?
Seems like he wants to skill check the Zerg and make sure he's not made a mistake with his spore placement or something.
Yeah.
Looks like pretty good coverage. He can actually hit the bottom.
Oh, no.
Oh, actually can't. That 3rd spore kind of shuts anything down now.
Yeah.
He can kill the sunken colony. That's about it.
Yeah, if he wanted to. It would take a lot of time to do so, though. It looks like he's going to go check the Terran.
Few safety turrets, I like it, just to make sure there's no immediate danger from being overrun. You have to respect the Mutalisk micro. Can just absolutely rip you apart if you don't have crazy amounts of bio. Oh, premature stim, actually. He's ready to dive onto those mutas as soon as they come in. Needs to be careful with his energy reserves on the medic, though. You don't want to make too many medics in these situations, so overstimming can be a problem.
Yeah, it looks like the red team have definitely got their defensive structures up. Buttoned up tight here. And Protoss going for speed zealots, actually.
Ooh. I mean, that's slightly unorthodox. Like, it's pretty good, but I would say that's a bit more unorthodox than usual.
Yep, it is. Normally they go straight up to DT tech. But this can work.
Against the bio?
Yeah, but there's kind of a limited window, right? Because against bio and lings it's good, but once those mutas kind of come up for the enemy team, then, you know, zealots aren't really going to be helping.
I think that's what they're hoping for. They're hoping for this, like, 1 minute timing window where the Spire isn't quite finished up for Galaxy, and they've got at least a minute to kind of abuse the Terran in a 2v1 situation.
Yeah, there's quite a force of zealot muta. It's like
They went for the Zerg, but is that 3 Sunkens? Oh, let's see if he makes a Spore or a Sunken here, because I guess he could make either,
Yeah,
but yeah, Sunken makes more sense.
Oh, the ramp's open.
Oh, that's a bit of a problem. Drone Drill is coming in, though, but it's a little bit late. There's still some good purchase for these Zealots to work with, and in conjunction with the mutas, this could be a big problem. We've got 2 Spore, 3 Sunken, a pretty good SimCity. Drone's doing a good job of blocking temporarily, but I don't know if this is going to hold forever. Eventually, those Zealots are going to get good purchase on those Sunkens, but luckily the Marines are showing up to try and save the day here.
Yeah, and there's a lot of Marines that are coming in.
Maybe he's bought just enough time. Like, Galaxy did an okay enough job blocking with those drones that he's not going to take too many losses, but they can get a tactical snipe on that Spore and open him up for later.
Yeah, and he lost a lot of drones in that fight as well. Oh dear.
Yeah, it's still pretty game-ending damage. He's on 3 drones now.
And no money.
Oof. He's making Scourge.
Interesting choice.
I guess he's got a lot of gas to blow through, so he wants to just have some kind of utility to defend against the Mutalisk threat. It's going to be a long time before he can make any mutas, at least. Oh, he's lost another drone.
Yeah, really good use of those zealots, I think.
Pretty good micro, but does take 1 Mutalisk loss against those still. But yeah, 7 mutas against 2. You've got map control for days.
Yeah, that's right. So Terran looks like he's going to choose to defend his ally for the time being.
Kind of has to, right? And
yeah.
Like I was saying earlier, he's overstimmed those Marines. The medic is not going to be doing a great job of keeping those alive from now on.
Oh, that is true.
I think the mutas can actually overwhelm that, by the way. With the medic having no energy, I think the mutas can easily out-micro those bio.
Yeah, this is a good stack of Mutalisks, and it looks like he's got pretty good control, as I saw in the previous fight, so...
Yeah, and because he's not under any threat right now, he's getting away with an insurance policy of just taking his natural expansion, which is kind of crazy strong. Usually you're locked on 1 base when you're going muted, so if he does get a second gas, that's like another way of having a win more button pushed.
Yeah, I even noticed he started to mass sunks or creeps in his base just to make sure he doesn't get dropped and die to that while he's trying to kill the Zerg here.
Yeah, I think they're doing a good job of covering all their bases, and like I was saying, this bio is just not long for the world.
Yeah.
Even with the medic having energy, it would be a tough ordeal, and without it, you can see how easily he just chopped through that.
Yeah, really good muta control, I think.
Yeah, you can't quite go super deep because of the Spore in the back line. Even though he's technically got enough mutas to kill the Spore, you don't want to waste valuable HP to kill that, so he can just, you know, pick off the drones and eventually kill the lair and what have you.
Yeah.
Ooh, Science Vessel with an Irradiate could help a little bit here, but as long as he splits that off, he's not noticed. Okay, now he has.
Not enough Marines here. No medic.
No. If there was a medic and like 1 or 2 more Marines,
yeah,
maybe he can target down some of the softened up mutas and save the day, but it's not looking ideal.
Yeah, we'll usually back off for now, but yeah, it's definitely looking tough for the red team. But I mean, 2 base Terran is very strong.
And he is going tanks, so maybe there's a way of making this work. I just feel like the Storm from Carlos is going to hard counter this biomech style.
Yeah, Storm is already up, I presume. The male making.
Yeah, Maelstrom is a nasty combo. I think he's going to go for it. He stims into the bunker. That storm is pretty good. He's got 2 more to work with as well. Tanks in the back line take 1 wave of that storm, so it's softened up. He's technically alive. I mean, that's not a bad hold, actually.
Yeah, I mean, Protoss didn't really have any actual attacking units. It was interesting to go in like that.
I think he wanted to skirmish, but he lost all of his utility besides the Dark Archon, so it's actually a bit of a wasted investment. I think the one thing going for him is that the Zerg's expanded, he's also going to expand, and there's not a lot of bio after those storms, so maybe the Zerg can come in here and completely open up the main base now.
Yeah, and that he does with a full group of Mutalisks.
Yeah, without an Irradiate here, he's in trouble. I think he's got 1 Irradiate. He did feed back 1 of the Science Vessels, so it's a little bit of a time coming until they can actually ward away these mutas. And that Dark Archon's in another position to feed back.
That's it, yeah, it's hiding in wait there.
Ooh, that Irradiate was pretty good. Unfortunately, it was on a lower HP muta, so it didn't deal with the whole stack, but it does soften them up.
Very soft. But no army from Terran. Losing a lot of SCVs here. I mean, he has a lot.
So close to holding, right? He came so close to holding this. He's just a little bit off the mark.
Yeah, I mean, he lost a lot of SCVs, but he has a lot of SCVs. So it wasn't actually as bad as it looked for Terran.
No. I mean, his teammate will also gradually replenish his drones. I mean, he's still only on like 7 with another 2 popping to 9. But eventually that Zerg will come back into the game and help out a little bit. If he had held this better, there's certainly a way of them mounting a comeback.
Yeah, and when this began, the Mutaflock was a full group, whereas now it's down to 5, and that's a big difference.
Yeah, yeah. I think he will hold eventually as well. Like, he's got plenty of turrets, plenty of science vessels. The Terran is going to live with still 2 bases mining. This is an okay game for them. It's not great, but it could be a lot worse.
Yeah, I agree. It's a heavy weight, though, on Terran's shoulders. He's kind of up against 4 bases.
Yeah. I mean, if he kills all of the mutas, maybe there's a way he can like get tanks dropped into the main base and push these Sunkens with siege tanks and gradually kill the Zerg that way. But it's a big ask to expect him to solo this Zerg from this position.
Yeah, he's going for that drop, but Zerg's had these Sunkens up for a while now. He saw this coming.
Yeah, I feel like he needs 2 drop ships with tanks. I don't think like Bio's going to do anything here.
Yeah,
Storm is just going to be a good counter. Oof.
Yeah, great storm there.
And the mutas might clear this up as well. He's not careful. Does get a good irradiate onto that. Has turrets to fall back to, at least.
Okay, great irradiates there. Gets rid of half the flock almost. Dark Archon kind of realised he missed his opportunity there.
Yeah, he's got the Overlord spotting as well, just to the north, so he is in range if he keeps that Archon up there to maybe snipe one of those vessels, or at least eliminate all of its energy.
Yeah, I mean, a pretty tight game overall.
And feedback is cheap. It's like a minute a piece, it doesn't take long to get a lot of feedbacks off.
Yeah, feedback is great.
One of the most underused spells in the game. Even in 1v1, it's so good in ZVP, dealing with Defilers, for example.
Yeah, exactly. And you get the spell for free as well. You don't even need to upgrade it.
Super good.
Yeah. I think it's not used in 1v1 that often, just because you do need quite a lot of micro and to use that Dark Archon, and you're normally on, 4 or 5 bases sometimes in 1v1, so you don't really want to be focusing on one unit too much. We go for the break.
He's actually going in. I don't think he needs to either. Like, he's expanding, but maybe this can still work. The tanks on the high ground will do a lot of heavy lifting, and that bunker's still alive. So I feel like this was a bit ill-advised from Carlos. I thought they had the right idea. Let's just take our 3rd base and play this out and keep them locked on 2 bases. But they seem a bit aggressive. Maybe in conjunction with the mutas they can do something here, but I think there's enough irradiates to stop this from being a major problem.
Yeah, I think it was just that classic Protoss mentality, is eventually they just lose patience and just go. They don't really think it through. Yeah, getting 1 down.
Yeah. I think they've actually cleared up a lot of the vessels, right? Like,
yeah.
I thought there was like 3 or 4 a minute ago. Now I only see 1.
Yeah, and that one only just popped. Yep.
Wow, they actually must have feedbacked a few of them or something, or sniped them with Scourge.
Yeah, very back and forth, this game.
Because I feel like the one way they lose the game is if they, you know, ram it down too much.
Yeah, this is it. You do not want to be walking into Terran. That's just kind of turtled up. This is exactly what Terran wants.
It does look pretty bleak for the Terran still, because there's Maelstrom, lots of Storm to contend with. So I think they're going to be okay still. He's going to try and get under. That tank is just shouldn't be pushing out right now. I don't think they should be trying to come out onto the map at all, at least for the time being. And now he's going to lose all of his tanks, all but one on the high ground. I feel like the Protoss should be successful in killing just about everything besides the tanks on the high ground.
Yeah. Depends if he can repair this bunker in time. No. I mean, Terran is holding the world.
Line actually not dying for a long time, so he's actually going to clear this up. I think he should have popped that tank with one Dragoon targeting it. Good irradiate as well. Now helping the Mutas get some good chase on. Ooh, suddenly Galaxy's going to be actually a lot more relevant in this game. Now those Mutas have been softened up that way. There is a DT going to be delaying his expansion timing though.
I think he knows it's there, or maybe not.
I don't think so.
Okay, they've spotted the third base on Protoss.
Yeah, I don't think the counterattack's going to be successful, but I like that he's trying to stay relevant in the game and help out whenever he can.
Yeah, I mean, just knowing that Protoss does have a third base and it's hasn't been here for very long as well is really good information.
Yeah. It's always good to like click on the minerals and see how much has been mined to get a good read on that. It's like 50 minerals a minute kind of thing.
Starting to get to that point where the mains are mining out now. So Terran no longer on 2 base.
So what do we do here as Terran? Like, do we try and take the island, or do we need to push out onto the map? I think I agree that we have to push out onto the map, but it doesn't feel great. Yeah,
I mean, you could either start walking towards the Protoss third base, or the mineral only is not too bad because you're bio. You know, the minerals are the things that you need. So that's not too far.
It's a reasonable option, but I think they're still going to be out-traded. There's just too much splash damage from the Protoss, and he had enough tanks picked off that he hasn't amassed a huge amount. If he had like 10 tanks, I'd be thinking differently, but he's only got like, what, 5?
Yep, 5 in total. Depends how good the storms are.
Yeah, there's still a way that the Protoss can throw the game, right? If the storms aren't great, we got preemptive D-Matrix is a great counter to storm, but the tanks are all stacked up as well, so it's going to help out the storm get pretty good value. But he targets the bio since that's a much more brittle target to chew through. Tanks are going to go down as well. I don't like the setup from Terran. I feel like the tank should have been much more pressed up against the cliff face here to the right, and have the bio skirmishing towards the front.
That's right. He could have brought some tanks down just to kind of help peel the back a bit. But it's a tricky spot for Terran. It's always hard for Terran to be moving out, especially this late in the game.
Yeah, I guess one of the other options was EMP on the Templars before the fight even took place, but that's not always going to be paying off and hard to actually get that to work.
Yeah, I mean, they are making ground here.
Oh, look at that force from Protoss, though. It's predominantly Storm with just a few Zealots and a few Dragoons peppered in. But it should be more than enough to chew through that biomech.
Really good storms.
Yeah. These have been money storms pretty much all game long.
Yeah, every single one has hit.
And the feedback on that vessel. Yeah, this is tough. I feel like the Terran is going to be bleeding out dry gradually here.
Yeah.
The Zerg has a fresh expansion, but I don't think he's going to be strong enough to contest Agra even. He's got double the drone count, and we'll have map control with that Mutalisk force in the sky.
Yeah, I think the blue team sort of done really well. They didn't overstep too much. They kind of just kept their advantage and kept things simple.
There was a moment where the Protoss was being a bit antsy, but they didn't go too crazy with the running it down.
Yeah, that's right. At the end of the day, they always prevented the Terran from coming out. Well, until this exact moment, I guess, but...
Yeah, but not enough tanks again. Like, literally, if he had just, like, pulled his tanks for longer and then came out, I think we would have a real answer to the Protoss. But, like, 4 or 5 or 6 tanks at a time, they will get dealt with.
Hey, Protoss gone in now.
Yeah, those tanks are pretty stacked as well. He gets some 3-for-1 value deals on those, targets them down with that Psionic Storm, rips through the Terran like it's nothing. And the Zerg shutting down any hopes of an expansion effort here as well. The blue team has definitely played a superior game overall, just tactically speaking. They really had the answer every turn.
Yeah, I agree with that. And it was tough from the start, though, from Zerg sort of losing so much.
Yeah.
So I think they did quite well.
The Dark Archon is just an answer to everything. Not only is it helping deal with the bio and vessels, but it also shuts down any hopes of Galaxy being relevant with his mutors. Like, one good Maelstrom on the pack of mutors and it's over.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the DA.
And I mean, honestly, blue team's not been greedy as well. Like, look at how many static D there is from the Zerg. Like, they took no chances in this game.
Absolutely.
I like it a lot. They played really well.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue they could have maybe ended the game a bit quicker, but I always think it's better just to secure the win in a safe way.
Yeah, I think guaranteeing the win, even if it doesn't look as graceful, is the way to go.
That's it.
And GG finally called, and a much-deserved win to Aggro and Carlos here.
Yeah, I think really well played on all sides, really.
I would say so.
It's just, it is really tough for the Terran Zerg team when they're cross-map, because they want to combine their armies and they want to help each other, but when they're so far away, it's just impossible to do that.
That's probably been our best 2v2 game so far,
Yep,
and Bonyth wasn't involved. I think those were definitely 2v2 players we were watching there.
Yeah, it's a lot more messy, the 2v2 games. It's only someone like Bonyth that can make things look smooth.
Yeah. He just outmuscles people with that unit control, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. Because, I mean, there was times where he was getting his Zealots surrounded, but it was actually turned out just to be a bait, you know? He's pulled that Zealot back and, you know, enemy loses a lot for it.
Special tactics.
That's it.
So we got here, up in the top, Galaxy, the orange Zerg, and his teammate, BuRnich, the grey Terran. Down here at the bottom is Izu, the magenta Zerg, and his teammate over on the left, the olive Terran, Father Terran. So finally, some TZ v TZ, not that common.
No, not common at all.
This is old school TV2, by the way. Like, it was almost always TZ versus TZ in the Pro League games back in the day. Yeah, it was very rare to see a Protoss.
Yeah, well, Protoss is the hardest race, that's why.
That's propaganda.
Well, have you seen the statistics they threw out on Team Liquid?
Regarding what? Win rates?
Win rates, yeah, just overall win rates of like all the top players.
I think Protoss is an interesting race. It's like easy to pick up and understand the game. But I think the problem is that it's almost too easy, because to actually get to a high level with Protoss, you have to kind of relearn the game at some point. Whereas Terran and Zerg, they learn some nuances about the game right from the start. So I think the skill progression of Protoss is a bit weird. They've kind of got an easy skill curve initially, and then it becomes crazy hard at the high level. Yeah.
I mean, Zealots are insanely strong as a tier 1 unit, so I think that's kind of what bolsters the Protoss race, because that's the first unit you're going to be making, right? And I mean, Terran's got Marines, they're weak, and so are Zerglings, so it's a lot more technical for them, whereas a Protoss, this is why they're called like the A-move race, right? You just make some Zealots and go with them, and you can win games doing that in the lower tiers.
Plus, all of their army supply is taking up 2, so you've got less hotkeys to worry about. So like the 1A, 2A, 3A is a pretty big army, whereas with Zerg, you can't even hotkey everything. You kind of got to box select all your stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, as she's sort of saying, as things scale up, then Protoss actually starts to get a lot more technical.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the difficulty.
I think there's a lot of potential for Protoss. It's just very tricky the higher you get up in the skill level. Like once you hit the higher rankings, the people you're playing against, like if the Zerg and Terran are a high rank, they've learned so much about the game to get there, and you have to put in equal amounts of work to have a chance.
Yep, game's just still getting started here.
And they're both teching. We've got factory play.
Yeah, but Galaxy choosing just to go pure Lings with speed, whereas we've got the one hatch lair from Izu.
Well, this is Izu's going for a much more old school style, going straight into lair to try and be a supporting role.
Yeah,
in the sky with the mutas.
This still is standard in 2v2 to get.
I would say the mass sling is less standard, right?
It is, yeah, but you know, because the Terran is going to be making ground, then you can sort of win the ground battle, and then the Goliaths obviously do so well against Mutalisk. So you know, it's not terrible, but you've definitely got to sort of make these Lings work. You know, if you wait too long and the Mutas are out, then the Lings can just get picked off for free.
Yeah, our Valkyrie's really rare in 2v2 because they're not helping out enough against the other player.
I mean, yeah, they are very rare. I mean, I would say they're still quite rare in 1v1. I know you went through a sort of a phase where there was Valkyrie builds, but they seem to have petered out a little bit.
A little bit. I think it's just because the control is so hard to actually get the slide micro to work. Even the pros fumble the ball with that.
Oh, it's not that hard. I can do it. And I'm a Protoss player.
Do it when you're in a tournament setting and there's an audience watching you. It's a little bit different.
No, I wouldn't even be able to split my workers in that scenario.
Yeah, people underestimate just how much mental pressure there is in like playing on stage.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, these Lings are not doing much. I mean, doesn't look like they could do much, but the problem is he has gone all in on these Lings.
This could work, but I don't feel like it should. I mean, there's two safety Sunkens. One's covering the ramp beautifully. I guess there's not a lot of Zerglings for Izu. He's trying to be a bit greedy and going straight into Muta, so maybe this can still work out.
I mean,
he just helps the Vultures get in here. I think he might be able to break through just barely because he's being so greedy and getting the Mutas out this fast.
That's it. The Mutas aren't here yet either.
No, there's definitely a massive window to punish. I mean, the Spire should not be placed here as well. It's so easy to target that down. I feel like the Spire needs to be like under the gas or something. Like having it this far out is just asking to be killed.
Yeah, I mean, I think he just didn't expect it. Didn't expect just to flood so many Lings.
No, like you say, it's not a really common strategy, but you can see why it's going to be viable in situations like this where the guy's playing super standard and trying to rush mutas.
Yeah, I mean, not only is it super standard, but also he just doesn't expect the enemy to be doing something. Like, would you expect the Zerg to just be making pure Lings when they know that you're going Mutalisk? You'd think he'd probably switch out and go into drones, but
yeah,
when you commit this hard, it does work sometimes.
Maybe there's a way of making it. He gets the repair on the Goliath, it won't be so good, but he actually kills the first Goliath, and he's slow to repair the second. He's actually going to kill the Goliath just barely. This is actually a nice little idea for them to try and go on the counterattack and seize the tempo. Eventually he will hold, I think, but maybe he can get a lot of SCV kills.
Yep, really good control from the Mutalisks, as expected from Izu.
Yeah, he does kill another Goliath. This is going to start to escalate. He's been so slow at repairing these Goliaths. He needs to have the SCVs already surrounding them before they start taking damage, and he hasn't done that.
Two are about to pop, though. It's only four Mutas.
But it's going to help his Terran ally do a lot more in this game if he keeps killing a few more SCVs here and there. He will eventually die, but he's doing a lot of heavy lifting to give his Terran hope at maybe doing a bit of a 1v2 action. It's 27 SCVs versus 14 now.
Yeah, I mean, definitely an interesting spot we're in.
Because think about it, he's got vultures as well, so the Lings are not relevant anymore, really. So this 1v2 is actually possible.
Yeah, no tech coming up from the Zerg, interesting.
I think it would take him too long to transition. He's got like 7 drones. If he'd made the drones earlier, maybe.
Yeah, sort of just committing to the Lings still.
The Spore also really hinders his mineral mining, by the way, as well.
Yeah.
With his own Goliaths, he actually might kill the Terran. Oh my gosh. Yeah, BuRnich is in a lot of trouble. He's got Goliaths in the back of his main base. There's some Zerglings coming into support, but the Muta's still helping out. And with some good patrol micro from the Vultures, he can deal with this. But the Zerglings, all they need to do is kill these Goliaths mainly.
Yep, that was really good. I think he forgot about those Goliaths.
Yeah, I think if he had those at the ramp, this would look even better. He's going to know about them now. He's going to help him discover those Goliaths.
Just under 1 Muta now. No possibility.
All that's going to do is
more.
scout, pretty much. Izu taps out. Will his ally think, no, okay, he doesn't want to take it. He was going to go for an expand there, but the Mutas didn't do enough heavy lifting, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, that was close, but Terran held really well there. Skin of his teeth, really.
He was in a bit of panic mode as well. Like, he barely pulled that out of the bag. It's good that he kept cool enough to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, interesting strategy, I think, going for all lings there. Paid off this time.
It's very, I would say that's pretty rare to see something like that. But it's nice to see that other builds are viable in TZ v TZ.
Yeah, that's it, because the Terran's always going to be making Goliaths. That's why the Zerglings can work. But if you've kind of noticed that's what they're doing, you just kind of pop out a few Vultures, and then you can keep the lings at bay. But I didn't see any Vultures made, so that's why it worked.
Alright, so jumping into our final game of the group, we got here in the top right, Dark, the yellow Zerg, and his teammate down in the bottom right. I don't know how to say that, but Zipki Lopez.
Yeah, I think people just call him Lopez.
Yeah, let's go with that, because that sounds a lot easier.
Yeah.
And they're going to be going up against X15 in the top left as the Protoss, and his teammate down here in the bottom left, Joe Lee Joe. Just call him Joe.
Yeah, I didn't know Joe was in this.
You know him?
Yep, he is one of the top 2 spectators in the 2v2 series.
Okay.
2v2 scene, I mean.
So he's like the 2v2 Shine, the observer guy.
Yeah, he loves observing games. If they had stats for observing games, he'd be top 2, for sure.
So I'm sure he knows 2v2 pretty much inside and out.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Probably more than anyone, actually.
Yeah. Same kind of goes for Shine. Like, he has such a great understanding of the game. The only thing that limits him is his actual execution of that understanding.
Yeah, that's why he comes out with these such crazy builds that work more often than they don't. Because he sees things that no one else can see.
Yes, 100%. There's players like Zealot, who have like a bag of builds, like 50 different builds they can kill you with. But Shine has like 100 to 200 builds and nuanced understanding of how those apply.
Yeah.
No one can really rival that.
No, because I mean, he has builds that aren't even in people's imagination. You know, he's so outside of the meta that you just don't know what to expect, and I think that's part of the problem.
Absolutely.
Playing him.
And sometimes having a totally out of the box way of thinking can be enough to just dismantle even the best of players.
That's it. Because you think the game would have been solved by now, but but it is definitely not.
No. There's so many new ways of playing that we haven't yet discovered, and the meta itself is like an ever-turning wheel as well. So things keep coming back into fashion and out of fashion as well. It's never really stagnant.
That's it, yeah. That's why I like when the old school players are the ones who have all that knowledge. So you know, if you bring a strategy in that's 10 years old, the old school players are the ones who can counter that, but the new school players are the ones who've never seen it before.
That's what's so crazy, because like during the days of the Pro League, like they were in gaming houses drilling out thousands of games going through these niche situations. So sometimes the old school players will just absolutely devastate you because anything you show them, they've already played 100 times.
That's it. Right, this is a pretty interesting matchup here. 2 Zergs against PT. I mean, classically, 2 Zergs are the strongest race. It was even banned in Pro 2v2.
Yeah.
Because it's that strong.
But this is, not necessarily Korean pro level, so it's harder to abuse that. But I would still say very strong, even at the amateur level.
Yeah. What the Double Zerg team want to make sure of in this situation is that Protoss and Terran never, and I mean never join up. Yeah.
Yeah. Totally. I completely agree with
you. Yeah. And the strength as well of the PT team is that both can defend themselves really well. Terran classically can always hold off anything, and Protoss is also very good.
Yeah.
So it is hard to kill them.
I think PT is one of the best ways at dealing with ZZ, probably.
Yep, I would agree with that.
And the Protoss player, if he needs to, can get Corsairs to counter both Zerg players as well. But it looks like they're both going for Hydras. That's interesting. A Lurker Rush as well from Dark. That's not totally unorthodox, but slightly off meta.
Yeah, I do like it, because you will expect the Protoss to be making Corsairs, and they see it as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So without cannons, there's a way of just killing him right away. So he kind of needs at least one cannon. But Lurkers have 100% hit chance no matter what. There's no, 50% coin flips when you're shooting up ground. So 3 Lurkers from the low ground can still kill that cannon if he's clever enough about it.
Oh, is there no mischance?
No, it's 100% no matter what. That's one of the best things about Lurkers, yeah. To say they put a tank on the cliff face, you can just run up to the cliff and kill them from the low ground easily.
That is interesting. I guess logically that makes sense if the spines are going underground.
Yeah, it's like a sunken colony tentacle, but even better.
I miss the days of Boxer versus Lurker, where he would just run his Marines around and never get hit.
Yeah, he was in total dominance back there.
Yeah.
And Hydras won't be that good at breaking through this, I don't think. There are Lings to support, but I feel like the Terran should be fine here.
Okay, that Corsair finally gets out.
Now, if the Zergs are super smart, do you think he should make at least one pair of Scourge here? Because if he snipes just one Corsair, suddenly the game is totally different.
See, I wouldn't have thought so, because the Hydras will actually be enough, and if you're really that scared, you can pop up a Spore. But the thing is, the Hydras alone, even 1 or 2 Hydras can push away Corsairs.
So do you think neither of them are going to even bother making a Spire this entire game?
I think so.
Okay.
I mean,
that's totally different to me.
They may switch later, when it's sort of unexpected, when the Protoss thinks, it's time now to stop making Corsairs.
Lopez is getting drops as well, so he's super serious about that. I think you're right. I don't think there's going to be a Spire for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, it's infinitely interesting to me that Corsairs actually counter Lurkers. Did you know that? Because
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because that's what Bisu actually worked out. That's why he was making Corsairs.
Oh, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
You're saying, I know what you mean. Yeah, so basically there's no way of dealing with the Corsairs easily if you're going pure Lurker.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah. You can just out-micro them.
Because that's how Protosses were dying in 1v1 against Zerg, is because they were just getting Lurker contained. So
that's how Savior was dominating, right?
That's right. And then Bisu worked out, well, hold on a minute, how are you going to save all your Overlords, though, if you're just making Lurkers?
I thought you were talking about 2v2, and I was like, I don't see how these Corsairs are going to counter their Lurkers, but you mean in a old-school meta
yeah,
sense?
in the 1v1 sort of situation, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I totally agree with that.
Because, yeah, as he's... Oh, he's not actually going for Dark Templars, but once, that Corsairs push away the Overlords, then you can actually get out with Dark Templars, and then they can't protect their Lurker
I guess you could target your own Zerglings with manual A clicks to kill the Dark Templar. That'd be something.
That would be something. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Maybe I should be a 2v2 player. I'll show you some stuff.
Oh yeah, we'll see. You have no idea how good these 2v2 players are.
Oh, I know they're really good. I wouldn't be able to hold a candle to most of these guys.
No, I mean, people try, new players come in to join the scene, and they realise it's a tough time.
It's totally different to 1v1. I know that.
It is.
Oh, dropping the main now. And there's only like one cannon here, so he has to rely predominantly on this Zealot goon to hold this. And if he targets down the goons, he's going to try and egg block as well with the Lurker Morphs to make it easier to clear up the Zealots.
This is a lot.
So this is actually going to be a pretty successful drop.
It is indeed.
He can kill the Nexus outside of the range of that cannon as well. Like, there's not really a way of stabilizing unless he makes a mistake.
Yeah, I think the only way to have stopped this is with the Corsairs not letting the Overlords in, but...
Oh, he's just going to go for it. He's going to try and just run it down on that cannon. It makes sense with all these Lurkers popping out.
I see, he definitely has enough. Okay, he's Terran ally.
Terrans are cleaning up, so maybe he can get in here with that tank. But he's not got that many scans, right? Like, I guess he just took his natural, so he's got more scans than usual. Maybe there's still a way of cleaning house, and there's that observer in the sky. He should be okay at cleaning this out, but
maybe
only because the Zerg's not targeted down the Nexus. I think he just barely saves this. I'm not sure the timing. I think he just barely could. He's unsieging the tank. Okay, I mean, tanks do have more DPS unsieged, actually.
Yeah.
They're still going to get the Nexus, I think, just barely, unless he doesn't target it down. The third Lurker's not targeting the Nexus.
He's going to miss killing
that. Oh, it's going to be close. It's going to just barely get it still.
Wow, last hit.
Wow. Oh. Super close.
Yeah. Oh, he lost all his probes to these. Oh no. Oof. I don't know how he lost them. He lost them all, drilling them out.
He's got 11 still, so he's not dead. But that's a big setback.
Yeah, absolutely huge setback.
And the Zergs can now start to encroach on that Terran a little bit. Tanks on the high ground are going to be doing a lot. You could counter that with Lurkers on the low ground like we were talking about, but even just getting in here and killing the CC would be huge.
Yep, I mean, doesn't even need to necessarily kill it. I think this is already great damage.
Yeah, he's bleeding a few Hydras here and there, but the Lurkers coming in to support. You have to think they've won it. It does look like they're giving up. 2 Zergs just too strong, man.
Yeah, that drop play was really good. Managed to sneak in past the Corsairs.
I mean, tanks on the high ground are great, but they're not going to protect you from your natural. Like, once they're deep like that, you have to kind of challenge them on the low ground.
Yeah. I think a good strategy by the Zergs as well, just both going for Hydras, kind of predicting that Protoss will be in Corsairs, and now it means that Protoss doesn't really have much of an army, because he's spent so much on that Corsair tech.
Yeah, yeah. He looks like he still wants to play it out. I don't think he can win a 1v2 in this situation. The Zergs are both taking their third bases and what have you.
Yeah. I mean, I like the fact that he's fighting.
He's got that fighting spirit. He's not going to go down so easily.
Yeah. You never know.
Maybe the Zergs make some big mistakes as possible, right?
That's it. Oh, but now here's the muter switch.
He's already got a decent amount of Goliaths, but yeah, it's still going to be a big ask to deal with 2 Zergs.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking very impossible right now.
Yeah. Again, maybe the Zergs make some pretty massive blunders here, but it doesn't look like that's going to occur.
Yeah, I mean, they've got so much economy that they could throw in everything and lose it, and Terran wouldn't even be able to... Yeah, Terran can't counter-attack.
They've got a lot of macro hatcheries as well. At least Orange does. Lopez, yeah, there's not really a whole lot that can be done from this position.
Yeah, his ally left as well, so he kind of needs that observer. Yeah.
His teammate wasn't having it. He was like, I want to stay and fight. And he's like, no, it's over, it's over.
Yeah.
Hive. Okay. This is getting serious, man.
Yeah, that's a death sentence for Terran.
Yeah, Dark Swarm, pretty OP with Lurkers underneath.
Yeah, I do feel bad for Terran. Because all their units are ranged, and I mean, yeah, you've got fire bats, but I mean, what are they going to do against this many Lurkers?
Not that many. There are obviously niche situations in 1v1s where there's only like 1 or 2 lurkers under Dark Swarm and the fire bats, you know, break through. But in these situations with that many lurkers, it ain't gonna happen. I guess irradiates would be the only answer. If you went like triple port, irradiates, but then you can't make enough infantry to really do anything.
Yeah. Guy going for the main now.
It's pretty exposed as well. Like, it takes such a long time to get back into the main base with the Goliaths. Oof. He's now got less SCVs than both of the Zergs.
Oh dear.
Yeah. This ain't gonna be good.
It's fantasy timing right here, isn't it?
It's definitely, yeah. This one single tank up here, forgotten about. The lost relic.
This shows how much faith you have in your race when you stay in a game like this. It's like Terran's OP, so I should say I could still win.
Well, Terran is the most resilient race, right?
Yeah.
So if anyone's going to do it, maybe them. But look at how many mutas are in the sky. And the lurkers on the low ground are actually really good against Goliaths as well in low number. So I don't think there's any hopes of holding this. I think they're going to break through. Engineering Bay does an okay job at blocking. There's just not enough in reserve to deal with this.
Yeah, a valiant effort.
GG. Pretty well played from the Zergs, but you kind of expect them to perform well. 2 Zergs are just really devastating.
Yeah, you can't really move out against the 2 Zergs. This is the problem. They've got map control forever.
Yeah, yeah.
So you got to go for something a bit technical to beat them, but also,
well, to win the early game, you kind of have to get lucky that the Zergs make a big mistake. And so you're always playing for like the mid to late game pretty much. And
that's right. And I think they were doing well at, getting to that mid to late game, but it's just
it was okay.
Yeah, it's just that lurker drop was, you didn't really expect it. Yeah. Right.
Well, that's all for this group. Do you want to go to the results screen to take a quick look at that?
Yes, I'll try and get it up without
bit of ED.
Spoiling myself at the same time.
Yeah, I wanted to go look at the tournament Wikipedia page a little bit, and I was like, okay, don't scroll down too much.
Oh, yeah, I hate Wikipedia for that. Sometimes I just want to know, like, when is the next game going to start? And if I've already missed it, and it's just like, here's the results, it's like, no, don't look.
Yeah, there's no way of getting around it, really, unless someone was kind enough to do, like, a spoiler-free version of Wikipedia, which is not going to happen. Yeah,
didn't you guys have something to for that for the ASL? Well, didn't you have
what we did?
Yeah, like
we had on our Patreon page, we have a spoiler-free schedule at least, so you know when the games are going to be played.
Oh, okay.
Who's playing them?
Yeah, well, that's something at least. Right, so yeah, here we go. This is
not surprised at all to see Bonyth just reigning supreme. He's just that good of a micro monster. He's really suited for 2v2.
Yeah, he is really good at 2v2. I don't know if you know, but he joins 2v2 tournaments and he always wins.
I just think his style of Protoss in general is suited for it. Like,
yeah,
he is more microcentric than pretty much any other Protoss we have in the Pro League for BSL. So it makes sense that translates to 2v2. Yeah,
what's kind of mad about Bonyth is that he doesn't know 2v2 builds, but he still wins. And
he's just that good.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Just he only needs, Protoss units and then he can win. He doesn't need strategy or builds and things like that. It's just,
No. He's also quite bad with his macro and his optimizations, generally speaking. But yeah, his unit he's like basically the foreign snow.
Yeah.
Like, he just has such good unit control that it carries him.
Yeah, exactly. And with the Reavers as well. His Reavers are top tier.
And we have to also give respect to Pepe, because he's not the greatest of 2v2 Zergs, but he did a good job in supporting Bonyth to help him do what he needs to. Yeah, he did really good. I mean, there was a couple of times he got broken, but he never actually died, which is the important thing. He always sort of hang in there, and he did do good damage with his 9 pulls as well. Yeah, I think he needs to work on his Sim City, but besides that, he did a great effort in this series of games.
Yeah, so I don't see Joe in this. So I think he must have been a sub for someone.
Oh, okay, a bit of a ringer.
Yeah, that's it. Because we had quite a lot of subs come in. Because yeah, not all players are particularly reliable when it comes to showing up. So
yeah, we also have to talk a little bit about Agra and Carlos. I think they had some really great games when they weren't playing against Bonyth and Keke.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you know, almost everyone we saw did play really well. I didn't see any sort of complete underdogs.
No, yeah, there was no like obvious, oh, these guys are just playing terrible. Like pretty much everyone here was really solid 2v2.
That's it. And I mean, even when everyone played against Bonyth, no one got completely run over.
No,
you know,
no, they were still interesting games.
Yeah, absolutely.
I also liked Galaxy and BuRnich. I thought they had a lot of potential as a team.
Yeah, and it just makes it interesting having that Terran involved.
It's a shame that Izu and Father Terran didn't really have much of a showing. I feel like they could have. Izu's pretty good, and it's a shame that they got outclassed a little bit because there was potential with them as well. Yeah,
I feel like the synergy was lacking in that team. That was the
There
was never really a sort of a concise plan, I feel.
It seemed a bit more freestyly way of approaching the game.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, Izu was just sort of doing his standard build, which doesn't always work with players who don't necessarily know the standard.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So that was Group A.
And now are we doing a little bit of the next group?
Yes.
You were saying about?
Yep. Because I think from what Fliz said, there was only... Yes, it's only got 3 games, so I think a lot of these players just didn't turn up for their matches. Unfortunately so. So yeah, we've only got 3 games for Group 3.
So we got Mr. Bombastic himself, Zero, playing in this game.
Oh yeah.
Alongside Gosu.
Yep, he's decided to join the 2v2 scene. I think he's doing pretty well.
He's a pretty good player, man.
Yep, I mean he's really good at 1v1, but I think he's picking up 2v2 like quite well.
Nice. Let's see how he does here. We got spawning here at the top position. Ivan. That's the Zerg. And his teammate down in the bottom. Strudel. Pretty good Terran player. And they're up against Zero, Mr. Bombastic himself over on the right as Zerg. And his teammate GosuFear as that baby blue Protoss here on the left.
Baby blue.
Yeah, I like it when it's on Python, but it's like cross spawns where it's like both opponents are right next to each other. I like that.
Why's that? Why'd you like it?
Just because of like the aggression in the sky, right? Like you were saying earlier about the quick drops potential, the Mutalisks like meeting right away because you got the 2 Zerg spawning. I just think it's more action packed, even if it does get into a mid game.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely interesting having the Zergs together because now they both get to see each other, so everything's kind of equal.
Yeah,
it's definitely going to be a Mutalist battle, I would imagine.
I had a gas trick from Ivan as well. That's not super common if you're not even making a pool, but it was the old school way of optimizing Zerg economy.
Yeah, I don't really see it that much anymore. I don't know why it went out of favor.
I mean, he's doing 10 hatch. 10 hatch is an okay ZVZ build if you want to go all in lings. There's reasons why you wouldn't want to do it, but a lot of people still go with it just because they feel like it's still strong. But I think there's a lot of disagreement about whether or not that's true. Zero's identified that as a 9 pool because he's just not used to dealing with 10 hatch.
Yeah, 9 hatch, but yeah.
Well, 10 hatch is a really good way of going all in lings, CVZ, so it makes sense, I guess, to try and help bully the Zerg early on.
I guess he's a bit scared about sort of survival, so that's probably why he wants the 2 hatch, because he does have the Terran ally. So, you know, he can't sort of go straight up to lair, because then he's going to get too much pressure from the
So
PC
what's with
team.
this barracks positioning? Like, is he just going to wall off with a... Oh, he's going to pylon block it before he gets the depot, but that's still not affecting the wall too much.
No, that's still a block, I think.
Pretty good block. Shouldn't the pylon be one to the right, or am I mistaken?
Well, I think it's just one of those things that wherever you put the pylon, I think they could still block it.
I feel like if the pylon is one to the right, they can't, though. Maybe I'm crazy. Because then they can't build the depot in that gap, right?
No, that's true. They could still have it here, and you might have time to lift that barracks over.
Yeah, I guess you can still float the barracks.
Okay, so there is a small gap here, but I think that's absolutely fine.
But even on the modern 1v1 maps now, they've kind of forced Terran, unless it's a wall on the ramp, to have to deal with one gap in the natural if they do the wall in. So it's pretty common now to contend with.
Yeah, but I think Terrans can deal with it just fine. You know, if they're getting all in, they're just 2 SCVs, 1 on repair is normally enough.
Yeah, with the Ling advantage, it seems like Zero won't have too much success breaking through. But once the 3 Zealots arrive, I feel like they could seize the ramp away.
Alright, Protoss going for the cannons, so it looks like they're probably just going to block here. Not go for anything too crazy. I mean, they do see that sunken there, so, and the immense amount of Lings. So it looks like it's just going to be a block and a cannons for everyone.
Yeah, I guess you can't commit to making too many Zealots early if you want to make cannons at both locations as well, so there'll be no 5th Zealot to pressure this.
Yeah, you can make constant Zealots and cannons. It's just I feel like he decided against constant Zealots because of probably...
It's 2-hatch.
Yeah, it's the 2-hatch, yeah. Which I think is a fine choice,
Yeah, I think that's cool. This makes total tactical sense to me.
I mean, the good thing
that's
about...
what the meta is the most... Was it the most efficient tactical something?
I don't know, wait.
Most efficient tactics available, I think.
Oh, I see.
Something like that. Yeah, it actually stands for something.
Right, I never even thought about that.
Yeah, it's a little known thing. Not many people are aware of it.
No. Oh, are these muters already building?
Yeah.
And we don't have an Evo chamber.
Wait, that's not going to be in time, I think, right?
It's not. It might be in time on a normal map.
Ooh. But not when it's this close, like Paranoid Android, man. This is really close. That's like 10 seconds or less.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
This is what I was saying at the beginning of this cast. It's faster than you can even expect. It's just you're instantly there. I mean, it's almost quicker than getting to your own natural.
He's not going to kill all of the drones, but he's going to at least get 1 or 2, right?
Yeah. It's a shame he didn't have that 3rd. I think that could have made quite a big difference if he had 3 up. Okay, just deciding to back off. He didn't get 1, did he?
No, he didn't. I think he anti-microed. Like, he was microing so much he didn't kill a drone. He could have easily gotten at least 1 there.
It's going to be
but now he will seize total ramp control, so that's something. There's only 1 sunken as well, mind you. So if he kills off a few of these Zerglings... But it doesn't matter. There's a massive bio block coming up here to score these units. I don't think there's any way of beating this with that few muters.
No. Okay, that relieves the ramp for now. And Zog's starting to take gas, so he's probably going to go up to that lair tech. Okay, 2 racks plus 1. Terran.
I kind of like the Terran Zerg right now. I feel like they're in advantage.
Yeah, I think if you didn't force too much out the TZ team at the beginning, then they will get ahead. Because, I mean, all they forced out is 1 sunken, and I don't think that's enough, personally.
So what's the ideal strategy from here? Because I feel like Zero's not going to expand for a long time, whereas... the Zerg ally, Ivan, could, if he wanted to, take an expand here. Well,
the ideal strategy is your Mutalisks have so much mobility that you really want to be pulling Terran every which way and find an opening. Because there will be an opening, it's just whether you find it or not. Because they can't cover, everything all at once.
Yeah, but I mean, Strudel's done a really good job of picking off these muters.
Yeah. I wouldn't be engaging these Marines until this.
Not when they're in a box formation like this.
Yeah.
It's just too difficult. Yeah. Once they're in transit, that's when you want to go in. You kind of want to like watch them, and as soon as they try and move, you then go in. And if they're standing still in a square, you don't bother.
Because after the mutas have checked the Zerg, normally the next thing to do is check the Terran. Because, I mean, as you see, I don't know when these turrets came up, but they've only got one turret and they're not covering each other. So there's definitely an opportunity here just to at least pull Terran back.
Yeah. That's a lot of bio.
It is a lot of bio. Okay, Dark Templar just popping now.
He's got weapons finishing up on those bio units soon as well. They'll be a lot more strong.
Yeah, sometimes you actually find Terrans going for +1 armor just because DT is so common.
Well, with only one scanner, he kind of might want to rush into vessels as well.
Well, they normally save up. Yeah, so he's going to have like 3 scans soon. Zero's actually trying to go for the expansion.
I think this is really ballsy from Zero, because I feel like the Terran should be able to shut this down. But with the DTs, he's not paying attention. He finally does scan, but he lost a lot of bio to those DTs, and now the mutas can really start to outscale them.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to get this entire group.
That was a bit of a mistake from Strudel there, not identifying the DTs quick enough.
Yeah, bit of a shame.
Because I don't think Zero should be able to get away with this expansion, but he's going to.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that.
Look how many spores.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
I think 4 is more than enough. I don't know about, what was that 7?
I think 2 would be fine, to be honest. So yeah,
I can get behind 3 or 4, but 7 seems a bit excessive.
Yeah, I mean he's just going to die to ground. Oh, he's got a full flock. If once he sees this.
Oh dear.
Okay, he checks the spice, that's good.
Yeah.
Information is very key. This is actually quite, I mean, I say quite, this is a very late expansion from Protoss. Protoss should be expanding around the times the DTs are coming out.
Yeah, especially after seeing the DTs do that much work, you would think that he would be throwing that down immediately.
Yeah, but it looks like he just went for Zealots.
Zealot Templar, yeah.
But,
so,
you know, he could have made 2 Nexuses instead of all these Zealots.
Wait, the Zerg might just die.
He might. It's too many spores.
I guess the mutas will help out. If he can snipe the Templars, that would be huge, but then it takes a long time to chew through those Zealots. Like, mutas don't have a lot of DPS.
Speed just kicks in for the Zealots as well.
Oof. I mean, Zero's mutas showing up as well. He can't really help defend the Zealots from the main base location.
He might be able to snipe this. That would be good.
Either way, I think the Zerg is dead here. The bio's about to show up, but Zero can challenge that on the ramp a little bit as well.
Yeah, he's got no storm. I think blue team held here.
That's actually kind of crazy they're holding. I thought that they would be taking a lot more damage than this. It's almost like there's so many spores, the Zealots couldn't get into good positions to kill the Sunkers.
Yeah, it was all part of the plan, you see.
Bait and switch.
That's it. Because spores must be quite a low attack priority for Zealots, I would imagine.
In most situations.
Yeah.
I guess in 2v2 that changes a little bit.
But I mean, when you A-move them, I don't know if Zealots...
There's just so many spores that it makes no sense to target them, right? You're not really doing much by killing the spores.
This is true. Okay, some new strategies coming out with the mass spore tech. Definitely paying off so far, but yes, Zero getting the expansion, I think, really does benefit the red team quite a lot.
Yeah.
I just don't... I'm worried about this really
late.
Yeah. You probably don't realize how late this is, but this is so late.
Oh, I know it's late because it's behind the Terran, and even in like 1v1, if it's slower than the Terran's expansion, that's a telltale sign that you're in trouble.
Yeah, and I mean, they had map control. Red team had map control for a really long time. So that's, you know, why even more so he should have had his Nexus up.
I mean, as soon as they killed the bio with the DTs, I would have thought he plopped it right away, but he just didn't.
Yep. I mean, he could have placed it, you know, when the DT's, you know, making almost. Because those DTs... And then
just cancel it if he has to.
Yeah, if he has to, but it's quite unlikely because Terran, you know, has to be fighting those DTs and the muta. Does he really want to be committing on the Nexus as well?
Like this one borrowed Ling just hanging out with the bio.
Yeah. Moral support.
Yeah. Oh, the muters are harassing the natural up here a little bit. But with a science vessel, you have to be a bit afraid to go in. Ooh, nice irradiate. He got the muter underneath, which makes it much harder to split out. And the muters chasing will do a lot of damage, taking total air control away from Zero here.
Oh, wow. Lost everything.
That's a big deal. Ooh, beautiful storm on the bio. I mean, this takes a lot of the wind out of the sails. The muters come in to try and snipe down a couple of those high Templars. Struggles
nice
to get it, and that was the high energy Templar anyway, the low energy Templar anyway, but he does irradiate the fresh one. It's one of the only times you'll see irradiated Templars in 2v2.
Oh, you see it all the time in 2v2.
That's what I mean. Yeah, you will not see that in 1v1s. Or
no, no.
There's some interactions that are pretty much, you know, specialized in 2v2 only.
Oh, absolutely. This is why you also need the Dark Archon, because the Dark Archon is actually zoning out the Zealot, the vessels.
Yeah.
So you feed back them, so then your Templars can survive.
And like one Dark Archon can deal with 2 vessel worth of energy.
Yeah. Oh, he's already got his flock back, most of it. 2 bases definitely helping out with that. Everyone's got 2 bases at this point, though.
Yeah, this is actually quite a spicy 2v2 overall. I still feel like blue team is lagging behind with the Zerg, but the Terran is ahead of the Protoss, so it kind of evens out.
Yeah, I mean, Terran is looking really strong. I mean, look at that SCV count.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
I mean, 50 SCVs in a 2v2, you're basically sailing away.
Pretty nice.
Irradiates on those Templars. I like it a lot. Now the bio has so much staying power. There is Zerg coming in from behind with some Mutalings. Catches a vessel with some Scourge, as well as connecting on one of them with a single Scourge. Maelstrom combo coming out onto that bio. There's no Storm to follow up, but it should be more than enough to still clear out the forces.
Yep, terrific pincer move there by the red team. Really shut down that Bioforce. And as we know, when you reset that Bioforce, it takes a long time to get it back up again.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It's like resetting the tank count or something. It's a lot of lost tempo. And now these muters are going to be a little bit annoying. I mean, those 3 turrets will do an okay job at holding, but Zero can pick off a few SCVs here.
Yep, trying to deny that gas a little bit. Red's going to continue his tempo.
Counter-attack from the Protoss, yeah. GosuFear trying to do a lot of heavy lifting by challenging the Zerg, and Zerg doesn't have a lot to answer to this, and the Terran with that diminished Bioforce, he can't assist at all.
No, and he's so far away as well. He's definitely going to be losing this space. Throwing up Sunkens in his main.
And he's so far behind the curve already. This is just another big setback that are going to stop him from being too relevant overall.
Yeah, I think it's a really nice mass up by Protoss here. He's got a really strong army. I mean, he's lacking Templars because he lost so many.
And Zero's already got a pretty good army to fight the Terran with now. A lot of Mutaling, good irradiate, but the vessel goes down and the Lings will easily deal with that Bioforce on the ground, and suddenly Terran's in a lot of trouble. Yep, he's got a big economy, but he can't really leverage it right now.
Yeah, Protoss decided to pull back after killing that base. Which is a fine decision, I think. I think he could have finished him, but maybe he's just not too worried about the one base Zerg at this point.
No, he's so far behind tech-wise as well. Like, he's not really doing anything.
It's a lot of tanks. A lot of tanks on the high ground there. Not too sure they can break this. Zero's going to try and snipe
with some good storms, he might be able to. Those tanks are really clumped together, so like 2 good storms on those will easily break through, I think.
Yep, looks like that's what they've done.
Yeah, I think he's going to actually break through. It looked like he wasn't going to be able to, but with the tanks being clumped up, it kind of makes it easier for the Protoss.
I think that was really good synergy as well by the red team. Zero noticed what he had to do, and Protoss just punch his way through afterwards.
I love the natural chemistry between these two. They seem to be good allies. They've not even communicated. I don't know if they're on Discord talking or if they're just playing it out. But either way, they seem to have really good synergy.
Yeah, you'll actually find that not too many 2v2 players go on Discord. I think it's just because this game existed before Discord. So people sort of have always been playing it just with game chat.
Yeah.
But, Discord does make a lot of sense, I just think. Yeah. Not even everyone.
It also can be distracting to have to talk while playing as well. I think a lot of players aren't super comfortable with that.
That's it. It's a very mentally taxing game.
Well, the Protoss Force has been dealt with. If he's got a couple of Irradiates, maybe he can get rid of these Mutalisks. They are kind of pre-split already, so does manage to deal with those pretty handily with the help of the Mutalisk Force from Ivan, though.
Yeah, some great back and forths here. Zero going for a third base. It's just this Zerg is basically out the game at this point. That's the problem.
Yeah, he's got a few supporting Mutalisks, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Terran's taking the mineral only now, kind of necessary at this point. You need a little bit of extra income after being mined out in the main. Ooh, there's just not much that Terran can do to handle this sort of like 1v2. Like, there's a few mutas helping out, but it's not enough to turn the tide of these battles.
Yeah.
He's even going to fly the irradiated Muta over the SCVs to get a little bit of extra damage on them. Yeah. I love that. Zero doing everything he can to min-max these trades.
That's it.
I mean, the Terran's going to live, but I don't think it's tenable the longer the game goes on.
That's
Both
right.
players taking their third base now.
Yeah.
In the top left for the Protoss.
He's got to do more than live. And he's
got to thrive, not survive.
Set. His main being mined out now. Bit of a problem for him.
We had such a strong economic curve, but he's never been able to establish himself. Like, the trades have been so good.
Yeah, I think the composition from Zero as well to add in all those lings to surround those bioforces.
Yeah. Mutaling is very strong in 1v1, and in 2v2 when you've got an ally backing you up, it's even better.
Yeah.
GG. I really loved the chemistry between Zero and GosuFear here. They played so good.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think everything was done correctly on their side. I mean,
the only thing was the Nexus timing, I think.
Exactly. I think with the faster Nexus, it just would have made the game would have looked the same, just ended a little bit quicker. So, it's not too much of a huge thing.
And there's less comeback potential if you get that on curve as well. Like, you're kind of solidifying your position by doing it.
That's it. But yeah, once again, it's really tough for the TZ team when they're split apart like this. Because as you saw, just Terran trying to help his ally just never works. Really has to be countering, but there isn't much opportunity to counter when there's all this static defense around.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a good game, though.
I like that a lot, yeah. One of the better ones we've had so far. Oh, Napoleon's playing, okay. He's a pretty good 1v1 player.
Jose. He's a really good 2v2 player as well.
Nice.
I would very much presume he would be in the A tier.
He's a race picker, if I'm not mistaken. He likes to race switch a little bit. Don't think he likes CVZ.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he plays random. I think he's
definitely capable of playing all three races. Well, we've got spawning here at 12 o'clock. GosuFear. It's the Protoss. And his teammate, as we just saw, Zero, Mr. Bombastic himself, over on the left as the Zerg. And they're going to be up against another Zerg Protoss squad we got here. Lime at the bottom. And Napoleon over here on the right as the Protoss.
One interesting thing I've seen this series is not too much game chat. I would have expected quite a lot more, because you're normally finding that one player is going to be better than the other, right? So, a bit of direction could go a long way.
I guess you just don't want to type too much while you're gaming as well. There's a little bit of that. And then maybe you practice enough games of your teammate where you both kind of know what to do at whatever junction. But yeah, you would expect some degree of direction from the more elite players.
Yeah.
We saw a little bit from Bonyth. You know, he was like saying when to go, when to back, and the Zerg was asking, do you want me to 9-pull and stuff like that.
That's it. And I think that's actually what contributed to their wins more. I think communication is pretty key. When you're playing with someone worse than you, you do want them to be telling you what to do. Because the better player is better for a reason, right?
Yeah. Not only is he going to have superior control, but he'll have better understanding on what beats what and when to go in and when to back out and that kind of thing.
Exactly right. So I feel like that's kind of the underutilized.
Yeah, well, unironically, there's a lot of players, even at a reasonable level, even if you're like a B ranker, like just looking at 2 squads of units on the screen, they don't always know what beats what, but the better players do. They see this. That's what kind of makes the difference between like an amateur and a high-level player, is the high-level player can very quickly decipher what needs to be done based on what information is on the screen.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because when you just don't have the experience, you know, and you throw in a bunch of units against each other, like you say, the pro players have seen that before, or at least a very similar situation, so they can instantly know, you know, most time I win this or most time I lose. When you don't have that experience, you just have no idea.
And that can be very small engagements, like 5 mutas beat 2 Corsairs, or 3 Corsairs beat 5 mutas. But when you see lots of units on the screen, you need a lot of experience to get a good feel for, oh, I can win that.
That's it. And there's even nuanced situations where you know you're not going to win, but you also know if you retreat, you'll actually be worse off. So it's actually better just to fight a losing battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of complicated situations.
And in 2v2, tempo is even more important. So sometimes taking the trade is a necessity.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so it looks like going to be some cannoning of the Zerg here.
Yeah,
from Napoleon. Yeah,
very defensive stance, giving him a zealot and cannons. Not too. Okay, I guess they decided to do that because they're against a 2-hatch and they've got a 1-hatch.
I think so. It makes sense to just guarantee your opponent can't just come in here and abuse you.
Yeah, but the thing is that the blue team have kind of recognized this is what they're going for, so they're also going for lair, and they're not going crazy on the lings. So
looks like they still want to go for the Zerg despite this setup. They spotted it with the Overlord, but wait, now they're changing their minds and they're going to switch over to the Protoss.
Yeah, I think they don't kind of recognize this nuance because he's still making lings, which he shouldn't be doing because lings are going to do nothing here.
I mean, because even if you start to break the ramp, a probe drill comes in, right?
Yeah, I mean, you also just can't break this ramp. You know, you don't even necessarily need a probe drill. You can just pop two probes just sitting behind as well.
Yeah.
Because it's really hard to get these zealots to fight 3 versus 3 when it's on the top of the ramp here.
So on paper, this favors Napoleon and Lime for a mid game, but I guess Gosu and Zero have a map control advantage, but that's not going to be really adding up to much for the time being.
Yeah, I think like not only on paper the red team are ahead with this build, but also the blue team made too many tier 1 units and getting nothing done. If they recognized, which they should have recognized early on, that red were going defensive, you just kind of stop making zealots, get your goons up faster, stop making lings, get your lair tech. So, you know, I think Zerg did okay. He made a couple too many lings, but at least he sort of got lair tech up and realized, you know, he wasn't going to get any major damage done with the lings.
Right.
I do think,
and he does have to defend with spores, so he's going to be a little bit further behind economically than he should be, because he should be ahead of the Zerg with the 2 hatcheries, but it's now more even than it would usually be.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely fine though. I mean, all in all, no one's massively ahead at this point.
No. The one advantage is that Lime will have an upgrade advantage because he's getting the attack upgrade for his mutas. So even though there's more production with the 2 hatcheries, the mutas will scale better for Lime here still. Picking up the Overlord is a little bit of compensation for having total map control as well.
Yep. Yeah, it's only the Zealots which I don't like. I think everything else is absolutely fine. Because even the cannons will actually scale better into the late game than a Zealot will.
Right.
It's actually kind of nice to have, you know, so that extra bolster on your ramp.
Prevents counterattacks from being too deadly and stuff.
That's it, yeah. Oh, we've got 8 goons. 6 goons, okay.
But with a muter advantage as well to help support those goons. So they will have map control now.
Looks like they're going towards the Zerg with no Sunkens. So that's kind of a scary situation.
Yeah, Zero could be in trouble here. He's making a Sunken now, but it might be too late. It looks like it's too late.
Oh yeah, this is very late. At least his muters pop, but also behind him muters.
Yeah, and these supporting units are a long way away.
Not too far, and it's a big group.
Maybe he could still get in here and help this out. I mean, the drone drilling's been pretty good as well in slowing down the damage in the main base.
Yeah, I think Red Team actually got caught here. It looked good.
Yeah.
One of those things, even if it looks good, everything can turn around in a second.
They just were not quick enough in doing damage, and the drone drilling from Zero was really high level.
Yep. I think when they had the army advantage, the better thing is to actually not go for the kill and you just sit here. Because then now the Protoss can't come up to help, because goon versus goon, high ground to low ground is, it just can't happen. And what happens is you just passively kill this gas, which is the most important thing. And you actually just take that as a win, and you can almost sit here forever. I think when they went in for the kill, I think that's why they lost so much.
Probably. It's like Gosu, go in them back. I guess it's just a little bit too, like you say, the goon advantage on the ramp, a bit too much to contest with the cannon helping out a lot as well.
Yeah, because what is the miss chance? It's about 50%, isn't it?
It's approximately 50. Yeah. It's not exactly 50, but it might as well be.
Yeah, because I mean, when you work out goon versus goon, you got to think that you've actually got to have twice the amount of goons, which is just never going to happen. So that's why you can just never break high ground to low ground with goons, or very rarely.
Yeah, and they can't really do anything over here as well. There's 2 cannons to support with the muters on the high ground. Maybe if the Scourge come in and help pick off some of these muters, if there's a clear muter advantage, maybe this can work. We'll see. Just not finding connections with the Scourge just yet. He gets 1 connection. Dragoons actually get onto the high ground now, so now they can actually break through this. Yeah,
I think this is a very important break. Depends now what these goons do. I think if they are
should just stay here.
Yeah, if they do, I think that's the great position.
Oh, they're kind of abandoning the ramp a little bit. Needs to be careful not to give away that high ground advantage. Some lings do start to sandwich on both sides. He concedes the high ground enough that maybe Red can fight back a bit strong here.
Yeah, this looks close.
Yeah, there's a slight muter advantage with that +1 weapons, but conceding the high ground.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure.
Yeah, I think that was the problem. It's something that even took me a very long time to learn, but when you see the goons are coming in to help your ally, you just sit them here and you don't let them up the ramp. And then oftentimes, as Protoss does a lot, is they just try. They just keep going. You know, put your brain to the side and just A-move. And then that's how you lose all your units. But yeah, when he let those red goons up, I think that was catastrophic.
And Ling Goon is really nice because the Lings soak up so many shots to help your Dragoons reign supreme. I think there's a higher muter count though for Zero, so he's actually helping out a lot in these trades because they also soak up so many phase disruption shots because they're small units.
This is incredibly back and forth.
It is. I feel like it's a mistake for Red to come out that soon. They're going to have to concede the Sunken again as well. This is going to be a major problem.
Only 3 goons reinforcing at this point, which definitely is not enough.
No, and that Spore doesn't cover enough of the base, so the Spire is exposed.
Yeah. And this sunken is a bit crazy.
This doesn't look ideal.
Oh, these links though.
Yeah, they're doing a lot.
Wow.
This is such a back and forth 2v2.
Yeah. Absolutely.
There's an expansion though up here in the top left.
That is sneaky.
Very sneaky. Basically a ninja expansion.
Yep. Great idea though, because you are covered. You're both here.
It's one of the weird things about Python is that it's really a very far away third gas, but it's so hard for them to attack into because to commit to that corner of the map makes you exposed as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll be very out of position. We've got 9 meters against 5.
With the +1, right? He's got +1 on those mutas, I think. No, on the Reds mutas.
Oh, he's got 1-1.
1-1. Ooh. So he's actually could outscale him if he can just pump out a few more.
Yeah, red team together, which is what you want to see. Yep, as GosuFear out.
They have to fight as a team. And with that muta upgrade advantage, needs to be super careful he doesn't lose the numerical advantage of his own mutas.
Yep, still no upgrade. Oh, just started. +1 armor.
Does take a long way to upgrade, so they got to kind of chill for a while and not take an engagement. But it seems like Red are adamant on forcing a fight in just a few moments here. There are some links coming out from Zero as well to help support on the ground, but also links here from Lime. So kind of an even fight in terms of army composition. There is an upgrade advantage for the mutalisks of Lime, but Zero seems to have superior micro.
Yep, Zero holding in a good position here, kind of being covered by the goons, not committing too far in. It looks like they do have to back away.
Yeah, I mean, tactically speaking, I think Red did a pretty good job here, but it does seem like Zero is outclassing Lime in like micro and what have you.
Yeah, Zero's just been in this kind of muta versus muta situation too often, I think, from all of his 1v1 games.
And the trades have now started to lean more towards blue favored, as well as having that base in the top left. He's also getting the natural expansion for Protoss, so it's going to be a massive eco lead for blue as well in a few moments here.
Yeah, really close. So much back and forth. I guess it was just a bit too much for red team to be stepping up, because blue team had actually got together by that point.
I mean, it's kind of cool that Lime went for the upgrade advantage, but it did really slow down how many mutas he could put out onto the field, and Zero really exploited that with the micro.
Yep, Zero just too good.
Kind of crazy how this guy does everything. He's got like 2 kids with a third on the way. He does BSL, and he's still got time to compete in 1v1 and 2v2. You got to take your hat off to him.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, people often say they don't have time, but he must have time. Yeah, he makes time.
He sleeps like 3 or 4 hours a night. Like, it's crazy.
Like, for real? Like, do you know that?
For real.
Oh, wow.
No, I talked to him about it, yeah.
I see. I thought he worked out how to make like 30 hours in a day or something.
No, he just doesn't sleep much.
Okay. Fucking hell.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Superman.
Yeah. Well, life requires sacrifice.
So it looks like there's no way of expanding for Red here.
Yeah,
they're just winning the fights too much. They don't even have to attack into the main base. They can just keep winning these fights on the low ground, and yeah, those trades will start to amount to a massive. They already have amounted to a massive numerical advantage.
Yeah, there's no holding here, I don't think, from Red. Oh, well, his DT's about to pop.
I guess that's something.
That is something.
It's delaying the inevitable.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, there's a bit of a counterattack on the left-hand side here, but I don't think it's going to amount to anything.
No. I mean, crazy things have happened with mutas and DTs. You just snipe that Overlord, and that DT can rain havoc, but no. I think they choose wisely to give up there.
Yeah, there's spores in Zero's main base anyway, so if there was a crazy situation, they're still not going to get in there and do critical damage.
Yeah, they got cannons and everything.
Yeah,
yeah,
it makes sense to tap out there.
Yeah, I think it kind of all came down to this. It was very back and forth, very even game, but it's you'll often find in PZ versus PZ, it's the person who went the deepest normally loses.
I think you called it right though. I think that when they attacked Zero earlier on, if they had just sat more towards the ramp and sniped the gas and just held the high ground advantage, that would have been the turning point in the game, but they didn't do it. They committed too deep.
Yeah. It's also when the gas is right here by the ramp, because that's not even the case in most
for all of the bases besides that one. That's the only exception. I agree with you.
Yeah, so it would have been so easy to do it here, but it's just one of those knowledge things though. It's not many people know that, but it will win you, maybe even like 10% more games just by knowing that.
And that's a big deal, right?
It is, yeah. That's it. Because so many times before I've done the same. I run in, you think you can get the kill, but then you've just committed too far and the reinforcements come in and you just get surrounded and you lose your army.
Yeah.
Because the scary thing is as well for Protoss is you can't reinforce your own army because you're scared of being countered. So that's oftentimes why the reinforcement army will actually of the enemy team will actually be greater than your army.
Yeah, probably Zero GosuFear one of the stronger teams in terms of like overall MMR combination.
Yeah, I think they're both pretty solid.
Yeah. So we've got one more game to go through here. Looks like we've got Strudel's team up again to bat.
Yeah, T1 Dragon asking is GosuFear is S tier. I definitely don't think so.
I think he's A-ish. I'm not sure. I could be wrong.
What, in 1v1?
I think he's around that level.
Right.
I think he's decent.
Oh, I see. I thought he was talking about 2v2. I don't know what he's like in 1v1. I think
he's pretty good.
I think 2v2 he'd probably be C tier, if I had to guess. I mean, I know it sounds insulting to put people into these 4 tiers, but I think what people forget is that these are the 4 top tiers. D tier sounds like you're a bottom tier, but you're not. It technically goes all the way to Z tier.
Yeah, it's like Scan in ASL. Like, he's good enough to get into the ASL, but he's considered like D tier compared to the other ASL players.
Oh, really?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, see, that is insane. Because, I mean, if he's that low tier, what are we?
That's the thing about Starcraft. There's canyons of skill difference among even the best of players, and that's why the game is so exciting. But jumping into this, we've got Strudel here in the top of the map as the Terran. His teammate over on the right hand side, Ivan, with that Zerg. And they're up against Napoleon down here as the Terran, and his teammate Lime on the left as the Zerg.
Right, TZ again.
I like TZ. This is like old school 2v2.
Yeah, I think
super into it.
Yeah, I like it as well. It's very kind of tactical and the micro battles as well. And like because the races are the same, that to me is always the most interesting. Because there's no sort of like inherent advantages in races.
Asymmetry,
yeah, that's it.
There's like a 10 hatch from Ivan again, by the way. He went for the gas trick on the right. He's gonna go to a 10 hatch again, yeah.
And this was at Overpool. Zerg.
Okay.
Well, I guess it worked last time with the links, so might work again.
Did double gas trick, by the way. Gas trick into 10 hatch into gas trick.
Oh my.
It's a 10-10 build. You make 10 hatch, 10 pool.
Surely that's not actually a build, though. I think it's just...
It actually is a build.
No,
it
really.
Actually is a build. It really is.
Oh my
It's a pretty all-in way of playing ZVZ. You don't usually see it, but it's an all-in way of playing. You can even proxy the 10 hatch and hide it somewhere in your base or out on the map. So when the Overlord comes in, they don't realize you're going for it.
Oh. Surely you must know when the pool timing's so late.
You'd be surprised because
Really?
the Overlord, if it's not a close spawn like this on Python, like it takes a long time for the Overlord to get there, so the pool will actually be finished. So it's unless you really count the drones and figure it out, it's not super obvious. It's like a few seconds of uncertainty, and that's all the 10 hatch needs to catch you off guard.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Wow. It's going to be interesting to see if this works. Because like you said, they don't know. They still don't know.
The SCV's about to come in and scout that.
Yep.
Okay. It's like Napoleon has elected to go for vultures this time around. With that factory in the way, but so does Strudel. Strudel's going for factories.
Yeah, I mean, they're always going to be going up to Goliaths. Well, against Mutas you will be. So I wonder what they choose to do when they're not against Mutalisks. I would expect to see heavy vultures.
Mass vulture.
Yeah.
Mass vulture, I would imagine. Kind of like a Vulture Wars TVT style. Maybe even a third factory for vultures, yeah.
Yeah. Because although those Goliaths do scale sort of better than the vultures, you do need quite a clump of them to be able to move out against mass vultures, so...
And Goliaths are a little bit slower, so yeah, if you want all your army to move as one, vultures can be the way to go.
Okay, both going for vultures. Oh.
Napoleon's going for Goliaths, though. He's got the armory. Oh, actually, both players making an armory, but Strudel's lagging behind ever so slightly. And Goliaths do have natural armor, so they are still good against Lings if you keep them from being totally surrounded. Bit of a counterattack, though. If he catches one of these vultures in the surround, he does catch almost one of them. Barely slips through the fingers of Ivan here. Other vulture gets a little bit surrounded on its way in, so it's also on low HP, but the Zerglings from Lime going to be coming in to help clean this up. But one vulture does go down.
Yeah, good idea.
Vulture's really low HP as well. We gets it. Oh, this could be problematic.
Yeah, lost the wall now already.
Oh, red team are in a really good spot right now. SCV's coming off the line, but they're going to get eaten alive. This is game ending, I think.
Yeah, this massling strategy definitely working out.
How crazy is it that we're seeing 10 hatch plays actually be super successful?
Yeah, I think it's just because the players aren't used to playing against it. Because, I mean, if you know the theory, then it's a lot easier. Because, I mean, Terran shouldn't have his racks lifted and let all these Lings in. You know, it's as simple as that. Just sit the vultures here, and then the...
He saw the 2 hatchery with the SCV scouts. I'm a little bit confused about that.
This is the thing. This is why I think that they just need to know the theory a little bit better. Because they're on the defense, the team, because the Mutalist players team, because they're going to be ahead once those Mutas pop. You just got to be incredibly careful before that, and this was the opposite of careful.
That's the funny thing about 10 hatch is, like, obviously your Ling speed's a little bit slow, but by the time Ling speed kicks in, you've got so many Zerglings, it's insane.
Yeah, and they just keep on flooding.
Have to turtle up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're right. This is just a misunderstanding. Maybe they were just too much on autopilot mode and just didn't respond to the scouting enough.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it is hard to kind of hold in all this information because you are sort of scouting 2 players and you're also looking at your ally and seeing what he's building, and there is a lot going on. It's hard to keep up with everything.
And on paper, you're thinking, oh, I've got vultures. I'm fine against Zerglings.
Yeah.
But the reality is that many Zerglings with speed, you're in trouble, son.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the opponent team is also going to have equal amount of vultures, so yeah. I think it's just one of those things you realize after the game what just happened, but in the game, you know,
hindsight's always 20/20 with things like this.
Yeah, it seems so obvious 2 minutes later.
It's easy for us as the casters to call that, but once you're in the game, you're not really able to put the puzzle pieces together quick enough like you should be able to.
That's it, because I mean that SCV scout came in, you know, quite late on during the game, so do you have enough time to rewire your brain to say, okay, this is what's happening, this is what's changed?
At a pro level you would, but at an amateur level where you're not dialed in and you're not just on autopilot cycling through your macro cycles and that, you won't fully react to it as appropriately as you should, probably.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I think it just, like you say, it's just a bit too much autopilot. He got his vultures out,
shame.
he lifted his barracks, he moves his vultures out, like you do 99 times out of 100. Just this time.
But that's the biggest problem with amateur StarCraft players, because you kind of have to play on autopilot to have the stamina to practice that many games. You kind of get used to doing it. Whereas to be a really great player, you have to force yourself out of autopilot and think more cerebrally, but that's taxing. Like if you play long gaming sessions and you're not on autopilot, you'll be like burnt out very quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it does take a lot of brain power to play this game to the heights. Right, well, a short group that one, but still some interesting games in there. I think we learned
a lot of fun.
I think we learned that 2-hatch in ZZZT is probably better.
Unless you have really good scouting and good reactions, it seems like it's quite deadly.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it gives you that opportunity to win the game.
If I ever play 2v2, I might throw it out a couple of times.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. I'd love to see how you do in 2v2. It's interesting, isn't it? It's very action-packed 2v2 games. I absolutely love it. Right.
It's honestly like it's such a unique way of seeing StarCraft. I think 2v2 is just so different to 1v1. It's kind of exciting.
Oh yeah, it's definitely exciting. This is why I don't play 1v1. I feel like you might as well take a nap for the first 10 minutes of the game. You know?
Not in every game, but I know what you mean. Sometimes it can feel a little bit like StarCraft 2's Legacy of the Void, where the early game can be a little bit slow to get going.
It's so slow, man. I mean, when 12 Nexus is in its like height of the meta, you just know that's boring. I mean, the first building, the second building you'll make is another main base. I mean, come on, guys, let's get some action in there. I want to see some blood. This is what the game's about. It's about war.
Yeah.
It's not about sitting back.
It's either maneuver-based warfare where you're running circles around your opponent, or just like massive tug-of-war style warfare where you're like in the trenches with them.
Yeah, absolutely. This is why I loved early StarCraft so much. Just that one base, make some units, try and kill the enemy. So much fun.
And I'm glad that you guys are doing this tournament and trying to keep some life in the 2v2 scene, because it deserves a lot of love. It doesn't have much of a limelight in StarCraft, and it really should. Like back in the day, it was standard to have a 2v2 team in your pro gamer houses. There were a lot of players that only played 2v2, and a lot of people loved it.
Yep. Yeah, it was a shame to sort of see that leave. It's been, maybe sort of 8 years now since we've seen like top-level professionals playing 2v2.
Yeah, you see some show matches, I think, still every now and then, but not a lot.
No, exactly. Yeah, Fliz is doing a really good job to bring the scene alive, I think.
Yeah, big shout out to him for doing this. He's looking to be the next Zero, so to speak, for the 2v2 scene.
Yeah, and he's definitely on his way. He's done really well so far, I think.
Yeah, I would say keep at it. There's also some other stuff coming out. I mean, Arn's doing IPSL now. There's a lot more foreigner content going to be coming our way. So keep this golden age of StarCraft alive and thriving. Yeah,
that's what we need. Right, guys. Right, thank you very much for joining us, Shun. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, my pleasure, man. It's been great casting of you, Crazy.
Yep. Right, well, hopefully some more in the future. I'm sure there will be some games.
Yeah, hit me up.
Yeah, wicked. Right, guys. Thanks to everyone for joining. Hope you enjoyed as much as we did. And we'll see you next time.
Thanks so much, guys.